Number 0, sophomore Katie Murray.
Okay.
Number 3, sophomore Ridley Johnson.
We are live on the air right now. We're working on a lot of. Okay, well we were working on a lot of audio issues. Should we getting them worked out, and we were figuring out some things and trying some new stuff. I always think there's new stuff, but we do have a full game for you. We didn't miss any of it, which is always nice. So we are going to go through the rest of the scoreboard cam up for you.
Coach Matt Lee, Pacific coach Ty Sills.
Once I just finish cropping all this down, and of course we'll get you starting lineups as well, and hopefully I'll be able to get my stat book out and write some stuff down. That would be awesome. All right, let me just get a clock camera for you guys here, and then we'll be ready to go on this one. What I know, this should be a relatively good game. Both teams struggled a little bit this year, but especially on the Lady Lions side of things, they are not in the best of, I guess, working condition right now. They've had a little bit of trouble. Okay, there we go. Now we got a clock camera. Now we got a quarter camera as well. So things are rolling here. So starting for the Lady Lions is number 4, Chloe Turley. Number 14, Olivia Edmondson. Number 22, Micah Adams. Number 33, number 32, Chesney Billing. And number 35, Lily Kennard. Well, somebody on the Titans side scored a 2. The starting lineup for the Titans tonight, number 0, Katie Mooney. Number 5, Ellie Helms. Number 3, Briley Johnson. Number 12, Ava Harmon. And number 14, Maddie Bergen. Most of the time, that is the usual lineup, except for last week, of course. So, I don't think I have a pin on me right now, to be honest with you. That would, of course, be the thing that I forget tonight. You know what? We'll get it all figured out here. As Helms has the basketball, top of the key. Gets it over to Johnson now, over to Bergen. Back to Helms with it now. She'll drive in, but not before she takes a few extra steps and travels. So off the turnover, ball will go back to the Lions. That was Turley. She inbounds it to Adams. And that was Edmondson with it. It was stolen by Katie Mooney. She kind of falls down, but flips it over to Helms. She'll drive in the lane. Shots up and good. Four to nothing right now. And a turnover as Briley Johnson catches a pass. She'll flip it over to Katie Mooney. There's Helms with it left wing. She'll drive in. And she gets it to fall. Foul.
Wow.
So she will shoot a free throw. That foul is going to be on number 4, Chloe Turley, her first. And we do have a timeout. So now time to test to make sure all the commercials work. Take a 30-second break as Coach Roberts wants to talk things over with his squad. We'll be back to Columbus High School in 30 seconds.
When it comes to your health, there's no need to travel. Mercy Hospital Columbus offers an array of outpatient services such as physical therapy and infusions. Mercy also has private room swing bed services and respite care. The ER is open 24/7 with low wait times. Mercy cardiology physicians can even serve patients here. Choosing a small community hospital allows you to remain close to home while still receiving important medical care. Eliminate unnecessary time and travel by choosing Mercy Hospital Columbus.
I cut that off a little bit too early. Anticipation got me as Helms is at the free throw line, about to shoot one. Could stretch this lead to 7-0. The Titans are on a bit of a run here early on against the Lions. Helms free throw, no good. And that was rebounded by number 35, Lily Kennard. And that was Chloe Turley. She lost it. Katie Mooney sweeps it up. She'll drive in. Shot's no good, but there's a whistle blown. And they're going to get her with a charge. So ball will go back to the Lions. I was getting ready to say that might have been a foul call, but it was not. So there's Kennard with it now. And there's an offensive foul there. There's Kennard with it. She inbounds it, gets it over to Adams. Adams kind of trapped in the lane. Back to Kennard. And that pass nearly swatted out of there from Kennard to Turley. And that was nearly swatted out of there by Helms. So Kennard will back up, gets it over to, who's that? Number 22, Micah Adams. Trying to learn all their names here early on. That's Edmondson with it now. Gets it back to Adams. That's Kennard. Her shot no good. And Maddie Bergen tried to race for the rebound. It goes out of bounds, but it'll go back to the Titans. Once she knew she couldn't get to it, she just kind of backed up and don't want to tip it because then you don't want to save the possession. For the Lions, of course. Here's Helms with it. She brings it up. And she tries to get it inside to Katie Mooney. Goes out of bounds, and now it'll go back to the Lions. And that's Kennard with it off the inbound from Edmondson. That was Turley with it. Now Adams with it. Three from the left wing. No good. Maddie Bergen saves it inside. Lands in the hands of Ellie Helms. She drives in underneath pass to Katie Mooney, and her shot's up and good. Titans on an 8-0 run now. Lions are struggling to find anything on offense. And not much on defense either, if Titans have got quite a few steals already here early tonight in the early going of this ball game. That's number 24, Emily Schoen with it.
Checking in for the Titans, number 25.
See Allison checks in the ball game. Bergen will sit the bench. Here comes number 13, Cindy Charles, as number 35, Lily Kennard will take a seat.
Number 5, Emily first, second, team second. Checking in for the Titans, number 2, Gracie Major.
That was Turley. She inbounded it. Now with it is number 13, Cindy Charles, who just checked into the ball game. That's Schoen with it now. And that pass intended for number 22, Micah Adams. Rolled into the backcourt, and Katie Mooney came up with it. Nearly lost it there out of bounds, but she came back. Riley Johnson, a little bit of an underneath pass to Macy Allison. And I guess they're going to get a foul on Katie Mooney near the right corner. A bit of an odd situation. You always never see a three and a foul. She didn't make the three, but foul was committed. She'll shoot three as she was past the outer perimeter. Brings it to 10-0. Katie swishes two of them. She's got one more. See what she can do here. Bring it to an 11-0 lead for the Titans, and there it is.
And
there's the full court press as Harmon gets it into Mooney. Her three-pointer no good, and that was Adams that came down with the rebound.
Stop on number 0.
And she'll be fouled as Katie Mooney strikes against her. Turley set to inbound it in the backcourt. Gets it up for Adams. Adams looking for somewhere to put it. Gets it into Charles. Charles with it now near the top of the key. Flips it over to Turley. That's Adams with it now. Nearly lost it. Nearly tipped out of there by Katie Mooney. She gets it back. That's Charles with it, and she throws it away. Gets it inside to Grace Major, who was checked into the ball game as she rebounded it. Riley Johnson for a long two. Shot no good. Allison comes down with the rebound, flips it over to Major on the right wing. Her three no good. And Adams comes down with the rebound. She'll slow it down in the backcourt. Kind of run things a little slower now is the Lions. That's Edmondson with it. Gets it back to Charles. Now with it is June. That's Turley with it now. She backs out near the half-court mark. Back over to Adams. Mooney was on top of her there. She flips it inside to Edmondson. Well, not inside, but gets it out to Edmondson. A left wing three for Edmondson. Shot no good. Or excuse me, that was Edmondson. Get my names confused here. Katie Mooney comes down with the rebound, flips it over to Major. And Major going to slow things down herself. 2 minutes left to go here, first quarter. Ava Harmon with it now. She gets it over to Johnson on the wing. And a blocking foul. That's going to go against Turley. Chloe Turley.
Foul on Baxter's number 4, Chloe Turley.
It's her second and third.
For the Lions, number.
So both teams tied at 3 fouls early on in this one.
Number 30. Really good.
And Baxter Springs yet to find anything offensively. And as Titans have the ball, see what they can do on defense. Quick pass from Johnson, or from Mooney to Johnson, back to Mooney, and she drains it from the right corner. 14 zip here in this one. Titans on a streak. There's the three from Kennard, and she drains it. There's the announcer's jinx. As soon as I say Titans on a run here, it's stopped by the Lions. 14-3 in this one. There's Allison with it, right wing. Gets it over to Major, top of the key, now back over to Harmon. Back to Major with it now, inside for Katie Mooney, and her pass up and good. Her shot, I guess you could call it a pass to the basket. That's not the technical term. I won't say that again, I promise. Lions kind of out of sorts here early on as we tick under a minute now, and a traveling call on Kennard. That turnover ball will go back to the Titans. 16-3. This one, Titans are up by 13. There's Major with it now. Flips it over to Johnson. Now inside for Trinity Green. And I'm going to assume she traveled on the baseline. Ref was kind of packed inside a host of Titans and Lions, and I couldn't really see his indication. There's Adams with it now. That pass nearly stolen by Katie Mooney, and they both fall down, and they're going to get Kennard with the travel. That's kind of a tough call to take. Most would argue that, whether contact was intentional by Mooney or not, that you couldn't call traveling. It's got to be a foul. But, we're going to take it. Here's Green with it now. Long pass over to Katie Mooney on the left wing, and they're going to get her with the travel. She tried to drive in, couldn't make a connection, and she stumbled her feet a little bit. Ball will go back to the Lions. As Edmondson set to inbound it, she gets it over to Adams. Adams will bring it across the half-court line. 26 seconds left to go, first quarter. Charles with it, inside for number 32, Chesney Billings. Shot no good, and Major comes down with the rebound. She'll bring it up. Tried to dish pass it inside or outside to Mooney, and Mooney couldn't contain it, lost it out of bounds. Ball will go back to the Lions. Here's Edmondson. She'll inbound it to Adams. And Adams will bring it up the timeline. Down to 10. That's Billings with it now. Now inside is Edmondson. Decided to throw it up at the buzzer. Couldn't do it in time, so that'll be the score at the end of one. 16-3. Titans are up by 13. Not a bad start to this one. The Lions can really start to get going here in the second quarter, and hope Titans can keep up the press and keep up the scoring. We'll be back to Columbus High School in one.
Having the right branding, graphics, and overall look to your business is vital. Luckily, there's Vital Signs in Columbus. Vital Signs Sign Company has been the four-stage choice for vibrant, eye-catching signage since 2001. From small stickers and leather patch hats to lighted pole signs, digital signs, banners, and more, Vital Signs takes you from concept to design to installation. Up your graphics and promotion game with Vital Signs. To see more of their work, follow them at facebook.com/Vital Signs Sign Company or call 620-429-3000.
As one of the oldest banks in southeast Kansas, Exchange State Bank is proud to be locally owned and operated. Exchange State Bank provides quality customer service supporting the growth of local businesses, agriculture, and the financial needs of families in the community. With competitive savings and loan products, online banking and mobile deposits, free debit cards, and more, Exchange State Bank is working to earn your business. To earn more, call 620-429-1873 or visit esbks.com. Exchange State Bank, you're not just banking, you're banking with friends.
Welcome back out here to Columbus High School as we're back for the second quarter of action here. Lady Titans taking on the Lady Lions, 16-3 Titan lead. There's a pass inside for, who is that, number 13, Sydney Charles. She gets the first bucket of the second quarter, now 16-5. There's Major with it, gets it over to Helms. She fakes the three, now back out to Major, top of the key, and swishes it. Certainly a better night for Gracie Major. She's already had a few points on the evening. She had 3 quick fouls last week in the St. Paul game, and she pretty much didn't play really until the end of the fourth quarter. So, much better night for her already, offensively and defensively. That's Adams with it now. Or excuse me, that was Kennard.
Lily Kennard's three.
And she drained a three, 19-8. It's an 11-point lead. There's Major. She'll try a three from the right wing. No good. Mooney comes up with the rebound. She's being guarded by a host of Lions, and she falls down and throws it away. Puts it inside to Edmondson. There's Kennard with it now. Dribbling near the left wing. Gets it over to Adams. Back over to Kennard. Kennard going to direct a little traffic here. Try to get her squad together. That was Edmondson. Long pass over to Kennard. She'll try a three. No good. Nelson comes up with it. And that pass to Helms. Stolen away by Edmondson. There's the pass for Charles. And there was the pass inside for Adams and lost out of bounds. Ball will go back to the Titans. 19-8, an 11-point lead. Maddie Bergen will check back into the ball game. Macy Allison sits. Gonna rest a little bit. Here's Major off the pass from Helms. And now back to Helms. There's Mooney. She takes a few steps inside. Shot no good. Bergen comes down with a rebound. Flips it over to Major. Now Mooney. Shot no good for three. And Harmon comes up with it. Her shot's no good. And now the Lions come down with the rebound. That was Edmondson. And she'll take it up and slow things down in the backcourt. Flips it over to Kennard. Back over to Adams. Kennard with it now once again. Bergen nearly on top of her. Mooney trying to steal the pass. Now players run into each other and ball goes out of bounds. And the far right official said back to the Titans, and the inbounding official agrees. Or not. I thought he did. We had players ready for it, but I should have signed. I guess it was his possession error to figure it out. I thought he was just pointing to where the ball was going to be inbounded from. There's Adams with it. Mooney on top of her, gets it over to Charles. Charles thought about driving in, and she backed out, gets it over to Kennard. Now with it's number 32, Chesney Billings. That's Edmondson. Over to Adams. Kind of knocked Mooney out of the way. There's Kennard. Her shot no good. And Major fights for the rebound. Gets it out of there. Takes off. Speedy fast underneath to Mooney. Her shot no good. And ball went out of bounds back to the Lions. And nobody set to inbound it. There we go. I'm not even sure if the Lions are doing that possession there. As Edmondson gets it inside to Adams, and she'll bring it up. Flips it over Kennard. That was Charles with it, and she throws it away. Back to the Titans. Turnover city here in the second quarter. I guess somebody called timeout.
There's timeout taken by the Titans.
For Coach Lee, we'll talk things over with his squad. We'll be back to Columbus High School with more action from Columbus Titan basketball game here against the Lady Lions in 30 seconds.
Roto-Rooter is proud to serve Southeast Kansas, offering sewer and drain cleaning, as well as septic and grease trap pumping 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. From toilet clogs to video inspections, sewer line repairs to complete replacements. To make an appointment, call 620-231-5630. That's 620-231-5630. Roto-Rooter, proud to support area high schools and student athletes. See the rad in names and numbers.
Back out here. I'm sure I didn't get a random text message as it's Titan ball off the out of bounds. Major with it now. Just inside to Harmon. Back out to Helms. Helms will drive in. Shot no good. And that was Adams that came down with the rebound. The amount of rebounds that the Lions have gotten tonight, I'm just lucky that they haven't been as fortunate as the Titans have been on the offensive end, or this would be a real tight game right now. That's Charles with it. Now Kennard. She'll drive around the outer perimeter, flips it over to Edmondson. Edmondson will back out near the half-court mark, and that pass to Charles stolen away by Helms. And she'll drive in, fade away a little bit, and she traveled inside the lane. As Green and Bergen, Green and Briley Johnson set to check back in for the Titans as Bergen will sit along with Grace Major.
And then for the Lions.
Off a traveling violation. Ball will go back to the Lions. There's Turley and Kennard. Pick it in. There's Turley's pass to Adams. Now back to Turley. Now back to Kennard. That was nearly tipped away by Green, and she grabs it. She'll go ahead, and she falls down with it. And that should be a pushing foul on Kennard. Ball should stay with the Titans.
Foul on number 35.
Her first, team's fourth.
Her first. Fourth.
There's Johnson with it, and she finds Harmon somewhere in there. There's Helms with it, and she drives in the lane. And there's a hold, yeah.
Foul on number 4, Chloe Turley.
That's going to be on Chloe Turley, her third. 3 fouls decently early on in this one.
14, Olivia Edmondson.
Olivia Edmondson will check back in for the Lions. Turley sits. There's Mooney. 3 from the corner, no good. And Helms jumps up for the rebound. Knocked into Mooney there, but that's all right. She got back up. There's Harmon with the shot, no good. And Green and Harmon nearly fighting for the rebound, and there's the jump ball call. All will go back to the Lions. Or no.
Jump ball gives them possession.
My bad. To the Titans.
Titans.
I thought the referee was about to give his indication, but nope, ball will go back to the Titans. Here's Helms with it. She'll drive baseline, gets it back out to Harmon, now back to Helms. Kind of fakes a shot there. There's Green for a long 2 or 3, no good. And Riley Johnson saves it, lands right in the hands of Mooney like it was all drawn up. There's Helms for 3. Shot no good. Johnson comes up with the rebound, and a lot of contact, no foul call. Off a Johnson shot, and Adams comes down with the rebound. There's Kennard. That was Edmondson with it inside to Charles. Charles would go up. Shot no good. I don't know if that was a shot or pass. Inside to Emily Shue.
For Sean for 2.
But she gets the bucket to go. 19-10. Titans haven't scored anything, I think, in this well, not in the second quarter, but for a long time, like the past 6 minutes. There's Green's shot, no good. It was kind of blocked out of there. And that was last touched by by the Titans. Ball will go back to the Lions.
30 seconds.
Coach Lee calls 30 seconds timeout. Titans really need to get their squad up and going. They need to start scoring, and they need to start getting some rebounds and making things happen here as they're almost dry in the second quarter. We'll take the timeout with them. We'll be back to Columbus High School in 30 seconds. Here we go off the turnover. It'll be Lion basketball. There's Edmondson with it. Gets it over to Adams. Nearly picked out of there by Helms. Adams will drive into the lane. Shot's no good. Her shot is good, and she's fouled. Lions are starting to creep back in it here. 10-12. And Adams has the opportunity to cut this lead down to 5.
Bring her first. 4.
Are they not? Okay. Scoreboard didn't count the basket. I was like, much I don't want them to score points, that definitely counted. Mooney gets the rebound, nearly picked out of there by Adams. Titans need to work quick here and score some points. Mooney shot no good. This game was 11-0 at a point in this time, and now it's 19-12. That's Charles with it now. Dribble near the top of the key, over to Kennard, back to Charles. Long pass over to Kennard once again. There's Adams with it. Adams travels in there. Shot no good. Ball will go back to the Titans. 19-12.
Foul on number 24.
As the foul will be called on Emily Schoen.
And for the Titans.
Schoen or Schoen, something like that. I don't want to pronounce the name wrong, so I'm going to go with the PO table. So at least I have somebody to blame if I get it wrong. That's a smart idea. Here's Helms with it. She'll bring it up. Got to slow things down a little bit. 1:20 to go. First half. Dishes it inside to Allison. Her shot's no good, but a foul is drawn. And Allison will go to the free throw line. I'll grab a pin here and we'll take some second half stats, so at least I've got something to talk about coming up at the end of this game. Here's the first shot from Allison, up and good.
Foul on number 35, Lily Bernard. First, second, sends Macy Allison to the line for 2.
20-12 now. Titans with an 8-point lead. Could bring it up to 9 here if this free throw's good. Bounces off. That was rebounded by Schoen. Now Adams with it now. She'll bring it up. Flips it over to Edmondson. Nearly lost it and pretty much threw it away. And it'll be inbounded by the Titans near the half-court mark. There's Mooney. Hits it over to Helms. Back to Mooney in the corner. She tries a 3. No good. And there's Major. She tracked down the rebound. Flips it back to Helms. There's Mooney. Right wing 3. Shot no good. And she tried to get the rebound in there, but it was swooped out of there by number 13, Sydney Charles. And the Lions nearly threw it away, but Adams saves it. That shot from Billings. Up and good.
Billings.
Back down 8 points, 20-14. 27 seconds left to go before halftime. There's Major, top of the key, flips it over to Helms, and she traveled. Getting a lot of travel calls here on Helms. I think that's something they should probably address in the locker room. Got to remember, Helms is just a freshman, so you can never be too hard on a freshman, especially when they're putting all the work in on a varsity team. I know we have no C or JV, but still, starting on the varsity team is impressive enough, and the Lions will throw it away. Possession arrow will go back to the Titans. So I don't want to sound like I'm being too hard on Ellie Helms. She's a freshman, and she's put up a pretty darn good performance already this year, so props to her. For being a freshman, it's going to be really fun to see what she does in the upcoming years of her high school career. Mooney for 3, and she knocks it down in the quarter. With 23-14, a 9-point lead for the Titans as we head into halftime. We'll be back here in about 5 minutes. We'll look at some matchups from around the area, kind of recap this first half, and preview a little bit of this boys game. We'll be back to Columbus High School here in 3 minutes.
Call's service is outstanding in their field, especially for those that are stuck, outstanding in their field. Call's carries a wide selection of farm, industrial, and heavy-duty tires, all from the best brands in the business. And they've got farm service trucks ready to go. Plus, Call's continues to be the place folks go for car and truck tires, repairs, oil changes, and so much more. If you're in the market for new tires in Southeast Kansas, make the right call to Call's Service, 620-724-4121. See more at callservicellc.com.
As one of the oldest banks in Southeast Kansas, Exchange State Bank is proud to be locally owned and operated. Exchange State Bank provides quality customer service supporting the growth of local businesses, agriculture, and the financial needs of families in the community. With competitive savings and loan products, online banking and mobile deposits, free debit cards, and more, Exchange State Bank is working to earn your business. To earn more, call 620-429-1873 or visit esbks.com. Exchange State Bank, you're not just banking, you're banking with friends.
Everybody can make something because I think everyone has a spark of creativity, and the reason that I have to keep making is because I don't think my life would be as fulfilling without it. If you make things yourself, that means you're not cowering in fear. You're out there taking chances. That, I think, is my way of saying I love you to the world. All right, now I want to hear why you make.
Share your own Why I Make story today. Visit whyimake.org.
When it comes to your health, there's no need to travel. Mercy Hospital Columbus offers an array of outpatient services such as physical therapy and infusions. Mercy also has private room swing bed services and respite care. The ER is open 24/7 with low wait times. Mercy cardiology physicians can even serve patients here. Choosing a small community hospital allows you to remain close to home while still receiving important medical care. Eliminate unnecessary time and travel by choosing Mercy Hospital Columbus.
Number one, obviously, is safety. We definitely call 811 to find out if there are any buried lines, fiber optic, whether it be telephone or pipeline or anything. Don't take a chance. Don't think you know and say, well, I don't remember anything being put in there. Call 811 and make sure that that's identified, that there isn't something there before you make that crossing. Because in the end, we want everybody going home.
Having the right branding, graphics, and overall look to your business is vital. Luckily, there's Vital Signs in Columbus. Vital Signs Sign Company has been the four-stage choice for vibrant, eye-catching signage since 2001. From small stickers and leather patch hats to lighted pole signs, digital signs, banners, and more, Vital Signs takes you from concept to design to installation. Up your graphics and promotion game with Vital Signs. To see more of their work, follow them at facebook.com/Vital Signs Sign Company or call 620-429-3000.
All right, everybody, welcome out back here to Columbus High School. You know what, let's do this. We'll kick off the Crossland Construction halftime show here. Your career awaits with Crossland Construction. You can start with Crossland right out of high school with their internship and apprenticeship programs. You can learn more at crossland.com/careers. All right, looking at this one now. Titans are up 23-14 at one point in time. It was an 11-0 basketball game. So it kind of shows you what has happened so far in this one. It was 11-0 at one point. Lions came crawling back. Titans were pretty much nearly scoreless until the end of the second quarter. They couldn't get anything to go, couldn't get anything to fall up. They took several shots, a lot of them coming from the outer perimeter, and they just could not get anything to fall. So that's where we find ourselves now, 23-14. Lions got away with, I think, a few lucky calls and a couple of shots that sent them to the free throw line. And they were able to crawl back in this one to a point where it was down to an 8-point lead. Now it's been stretched back up to 9. So hopefully Titans will come out in the second half looking a lot better than what they did just a few minutes ago in the second quarter, because that was not the best performance. Titans started off pretty hot. They were hitting shots from almost everywhere, and they were making pretty good efforts. You know, they were finding good looks, taking their time with the ball. Then it all kind of fell apart. They started getting, just throwing everything up. And typically in teams, when you're up by a lot, you don't take the shot. You find the good opening that you want, and then you just kind of pass it around and just wait for the best opening that you can find. But for some reason, this Lady Titan team, whenever they get ahead, they start wanting to just continue their streak. They start wanting to keep up with the basketball. They start wanting to not really just throw it away, but it almost kind of seems like that's what they're doing a little bit, because they keep shooting it, even if they're not, open. So something that they got to work on in the locker room. Also, one thing we addressed earlier, Ellie Holmes had a few too many traveling violations, I think, in the first half. Whether you agree with them or not, it still happened. So a lot that we have to address and fix coming up here in the second half of play. Couple of matches going on around the area tonight. Like I said, I did not have a pin, and I also didn't have the lineups written down, but I'm going to try to take some stats for this second half of the ball game. So whatever I say at the end of this is going to be second half only, so nothing official. But while we're here, let's take a look at some scores from around the area. Frontenac and Girard taking on each other at Frontenac High School, 39-23 at halftime, the score of that game. And then a close one from Galena High School as they're taking on the Riverton Rams. It's 22-24 Riverton. Riverton coming off of a big win against the Girard Trojans. I think it was a 2-point game. And then I think the boys' game in that one was also 2 points. So an exciting one from Frontenac for the boys' side of things. And for the girls' side, on the Galena and Riverton one. In fact, I think the Galena and Riverton one on the boys' side is going to be interesting as well. But we'll cover all that when we get to the boys' game. We're going to take another quick break. And when we come back, we'll kind of preview this boys matchup, kind of look at what their records are, because I don't have any stats. Otherwise, that's what we'll be doing. And then we should be ready for the tip. 2 minutes, 55 seconds until that tip happens. We'll be back here in 2 minutes on Columbus Sports Live.
I used to drive an ambulance as an EMT, and I've always tried to be a safe driver. If people knew what I know, lives could be saved. In my car, if I see a truck or bus taking a turn, I know to take my time. When big vehicles turn right, they may swing wide to make the turn. If you try to sneak in, well, it's a lesson you'd rather not learn the hard way. When trucks and buses turn, let's you and I wait. It's our roads, it's our safety.
Roto-Rooter is proud to serve Southeast Kansas, offering sewer and drain cleaning, as well as septic and grease trap pumping 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. From toilet clogs to video inspections, sewer line repairs to complete replacements. To make an appointment, call 620-231-5630. That's 620-231-5630. Roto-Rooter, proud to support area high schools and student athletes. See the rad in names and numbers.
What would happen if I had to pick up the phone, call 911 for one of my family members or one of my neighbors? What would I do if no one was on the other end to respond? What if there was no 911? So you can be a part of the solution.
Anybody can be a firefighter. Male, female, younger, older.
We have school teachers. We have leaders in business.
Is me, you, anyone that wants to be. There is no typical firefighter.
Having the right branding, graphics, and overall look to your business is vital. Luckily, there's Vital Signs in Columbus. Vital Signs Sign Company has been the four-stage choice for vibrant, eye-catching signage since 2001. From small stickers and leather patch hats to lighted pole signs, digital signs, banners, and more, Vital Signs takes you from concept to design to installation. Up your graphics and promotion game with Vital Signs. To see more of their work, follow them at facebook.com/Vital Signs Sign Company or call 620-429-3000.
Question: what will you find on all over-the-counter or OTC medicine packages to help you choose the right drug and use it safely? The answer: the drug facts label. This label lists the medicine's active ingredients and purpose, how much to take, and warnings you should know before using it. Remember, even OTC medicines you buy without a prescription can cause side effects you don't want. So follow the information listed on the drug facts label. For more information, visit fda.gov/drug facts label. A message from the U.S. Food and Drug Administration.
Oh, that's not a good image. I'm not sure why that's all froze up like it is. Is it froze up on everything else? It is. That's not very good. Well, I hope everybody can still hear me. Because for some reason our camera shot is froze up. And I don't know why. We're just having a lot of technical problems here recently, folks. I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to get rid of this. So we're just going to do this all over again. Oh yeah, the whole thing's frozen. That's not very good. Yeah, even our scoreboard, all of our cameras are frozen. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure what happened there.
Came in on number 35, Lily Kennard, her third. And then for the Lions, number 24, Emily Stone.
Let's see if we can go to commercial. We're just going to test this. Or let's do there.
That ball, loose ball, back to the Titans.
I'm not entirely sure. I don't know. I'm not entirely sure what's going on. Now we have no camera. Oh, we have a camera, but it's just frozen. Well, I said I was going to report some second half stats, but I got to figure this out.
Number 0,
which do I have?
Number 7.
This is mighty weird, mighty weird. Never experienced this before. Yeah, go for it. Let's try this. Unplug both of these cameras really quick, folks. Just see what happens. Right. You got a clock? It's done. There we go. Okay. Woo. Okay. Thank the Lord. Okay. Hopefully we're back up to normal. So I'll take stats from 6 minutes and 27 seconds left to go here. That's Helms underneath to Harmon. Her shot no good. And there's a jump ball called. I'm not even sure who's on the floor. Let's see. 32, 35. Okay, well, I need to add one more person to this. Okay, now I got my lineups right. Look at that. Look at me go. There's Turley with it now. She'll drive in, takes off fast, and loses it. The ball will go out of bounds. Back to the Titans. I'm just glad we got that camera problem fixed, folks. Man, problem city here the last few weeks. I'm not sure exactly. I want to say pretty much last week. Seems like we came out of Christmas break and we just had nothing but technical issues. It was mainly just the audio, and now it's the camera work. And there's Harmon's shot. It was nearly swatted out of there, but doesn't fall anyway. That's Edmondson with it now. Titans pressing up. There's a switch pass. Edmondson with it now. And her pass swatted out of there by Maddie Bergen. Not a bad highlight reel moment. So the ball was out of bounds off Bergen's hand, so it'll stay with the Lions. Turley's set to inbound it.
Number 12, Ava Harmon.
And
Checking in for the Titans.
Coach Roberts wasn't happy with something. Sure. Trinity Adaramos will get her shot in the ball game. There's a long three from Billings. Shot no good. Lions come down with the rebound nearly as Johnson picked the pass from Turley, and the easy bucket for Katie Mooney rolled up and in.
30 for 2.
And a timeout called by somebody. Assuming it's going to be Coach Roberts, since I don't know why he'd stop the momentum right there. Looks like a further timeout called for Coach Roberts. We'll take it with him. Hopefully our cameras don't freeze up out of the commercial break. We'll be back to Columbus High School in
Your health, there's no need to travel. Mercy Hospital Columbus offers an array of outpatient services such as physical therapy and infusions. Mercy also has private room swing bed services and respite care. The ER is open 24/7 with low wait times. Mercy cardiology physicians can even serve patients here. Choosing a small community hospital allows you to remain close to home while still receiving important medical care. Eliminate unnecessary time and travel by choosing Mercy Hospital Columbus.
right back here, just on time here as Maddie Bergen steals the pass and gets the bucket to go. Not a bad way to come out of the timeout for Maddie Bergen. Titans are finally starting to think a little bit here, and Mooney nearly stole that one. She went out of bounds and couldn't save it in time, and ball will stay with the Lions. As the Titans are going to press up defensive-wise, as Turley's trying to find a place to inbound it. And there's the 5-second violation. The ball will go back to the Titans. As Helms set to inbound it to Mooney. There's Mooney, top of the key, flips it over to Bergen. Hammers didn't freeze his time out of the break, and Bergen throws it away. It's always nice to see that. That not that Bergen threw it away, but that the cameras didn't freeze. I want to specify that. There's Helms for 3 from the corner. No good. The anticipation there was more than ever. That ball goes out of bounds, and that was Edmondson that tried to save it. Couldn't get there in time. And Johnson set to inbound at baseline. Gets it inside to Bergen. Checks it back to Johnson. Excuse me. Mooney will drive baseline. Shot no good. And there's a blocking foul, and
Foul's on Titans number 14, Maddie Bergen.
we'll go on Maddie Bergen.
Four.
Well, wherever my stat sheet is, that was her first anyway, so her stat sheet looks right so far. And I'm not sure who that was. That was number 13, Sydney Charles, and she threw it away. There's Helms with it now. Gets it over to Johnson. There's Mooney with it now, left wing, and there's a travel. The thing Titans really need to work on so far tonight is setting their footing. There's the pass up top. And a collision on the court. Bergen comes up with the ball. Oh, man. They're going to get Bergen with a travel. It's knocked down.
Macy Ellis. And
No call traveling. And there's same situation happened earlier, except on the Lions side of things. And Helms tried to swat that pass out of bounds. It was nearly saved by, if I could see a number, Edmondson. She couldn't get there in time, so ball will go back to the Titans. Really going to kind of direct traffic a little bit. He's set to inbound it. I was about to say, I wondered if somebody was going to come out of there. There we go. Now there's 5 people on the court. There's Mooney with it. It's it over to Major, and Major throws it away. I think she was looking for Ada Ramos, and she couldn't connect with it in time. 28-14 the score in this one. 4:13 left to go, third quarter. Also, our scoreboard camera isn't moving as much this time. That's also a bonus. Trying to look at the positive side of this thing. That was number 32 with it, Billings. That's Turley with it now. Now that's number 5, Jada Schneiders. Mr. checking the ball game, and apparently Lions threw it away. Major inbounds it to Helms. I'm just going to take things a little bit slower now, walk it across the timeline. Flips it out to Major. Back to Helms with it now, inside for Allison. Ada Ramos nearly loses it, but saves it and flips it over to Helms. Helms for 3, and it's good.
Number 5, Ellie.
Apparently they're going to get a foul. I was writing the number down that she got, the big 3, and they're going to get a foul on Ellie Helms. That's her 4th.
Second again for the Titans, number 13, Trinity Green.
That's not good. She's going to have to come out of the ball game. Trinity Green will check back in. Here's Mooney. Titans running it pretty much half court. Mooney comes up with the rebound off the missed pass. And there's a jump ball tie. I'll be on Turley. A lot of jump ball Turley.
Number 35, Billy Bernard.
And that is Turley's 4th foul. Mooney set to inbound it to Major in the backcourt. Flips it over to Green. Pass nearly tipped, but Green gets to it first. There's Mooney from 3 for the white ring, and it's good.
For 3.
He's got 5 here, and Major comes up with that steal. Gets it underneath to Mooney, and her little layup has come good. There we go. Now things are looking a little better on the Titans side. I'm sure Coach Roberts wanted a timeout and to talk things over with his squad. It's a 30. We'll be back to Columbus High School here in 1 minute. or 30 seconds.
As one of the oldest banks in southeast Kansas, Exchange State Bank is proud to be locally owned and operated. Exchange State Bank provides quality customer service supporting the growth of local businesses, agriculture, and the financial needs of families in the community. With competitive savings and loan products, online banking and mobile deposits, free debit cards, and more, Exchange State Bank is working to earn your business. To earn more, call 620-429-1873 or visit esbks.com. Exchange State Bank, you're not just banking, you're banking with friends.
Back out of the timeout here. 30 seconds by Coach Roberts. Wanted to check things out here. And the inbound from Kennard, the Schneiders. Tipped out of there by Grace Major, so they'll try it again. And that one tipped out by Green. I guess this is what you do until you can't find an opening, and Kennard gets it to Schneiders off 2 attempts, and Schneiders nearly loses it, a jump ball tie-up. And possession arrow will go back to the Titans. Here's Mooney. I don't know if she... I didn't know if she thought she was supposed to catch that there or not, but there's Major off the inbound pass from Mooney. Gets it over to Green. Long pass for Mooney. Long two. Swishes out. Green comes up with the rebound. Flips it back to Mooney. She fakes the three. Over to Major now. Green on the right wing. Now Mooney on the left wing. Her three's good. She's hitting now. Deep into the game. Deep into the third quarter. 2:43 left to go. As here's Edmondson with it. She'll just try a three. No good. And that was, if I could find the number, that was Charles with it. There's Kennard. She'll try a three. No good. And Adaramos comes down with the rebound. There's Green. Now Major. Major brings it up and calls a play. Flips it over to Mooney. Mooney fakes the three, steps back a little, tries it again. No good. It comes up with her own rebound. There's Major with it now. She'll back out a little, try to reset things, and throws it away as she was trying to get it inside to Allison. So Major inbounds it. Apparently last goes off of a Lion hand. Scoops it underneath to Allison. Grabs it back. Here's Mooney with it now. Her pass, or her shot tipped. And a foul is called, and Mooney will go to the free throw line to shoot two. You didn't see the foul was on, but it's a pushing foul. Foul on number 13. Foul on number 13, Cindy Charles. To the line for two. Second one rolls in and out. And Lions barely come up with that rebound there. They get it falling down. There's Kennard with it now. Major nearly stole that one. There's just a, wow, throwaway three from Kennard, and she gets it to go. If I've ever seen a lucky basket, there it was. 40-17 now. Here's Mooney for three. No good. And Green tried to save it out of bounds, but that was number 32 Billings. She just kind of let it roll. Green tried to save it. The last one off her hand. The ball went back. Stay with the Lions. Kennard gets it inside to Charles, and Charles will try to find an opening. As Green playing pretty good defense here. Plumman kind of runs into her, trying to steal the ball. That was Billings. Inside for number 24, Schoen. And she will be fouled. And I think they're going to get that one against Trinity Green. Her second. Team 6. Well, Titans picked up a lot more fouls in the second half, but they've been playing better defense than what they were in the first, and that's why they've limited the Lions to so few points here. I'm going to have to go back and see what the score of this was before halftime. They haven't even gotten above 20 yet. So Titans certainly will Lions things inside the locker room. And number 23, Bailey Campbell, will check in for the Lions. And I'm hoping nobody else. I missed, apparently. There's Major. Major will drive in. A little shot, no good. Allison gets the rebound, throws it over the board. And ball will go back to the Lions. $1:15 to go left. Third quarter. Johnson swipes it off the inbounds pass. The Lions will get another crack at the inbound. That one swatted away once again. Here's the third attempt. We'll keep going. And that one found by Charles. And she'll race it up, and Adarimo's trying to pick it out. Her shot. Talk about, I mean, I hate to be this way when a team's down, but one of the most lucky shots I've seen this season, and they both came tonight, back in this third quarter. So Charles gets the bucket to go and the foul. And her shot's up and good. She completes the three-point play. There's Major with it. Major races, takes off like a jet into the lane, and her shot's up and good.
This is Baker for 2.
There's the pass and a pushing foul called. We'll have to see who that's going to be on. We're going to cut that one on Major.
Foul on number 2, Grayson Hager.
First.
Setting number 23, freshman Bailey Campbell.
Middleton Campbell to the line. That's Bailey Campbell. Just a freshman. It's now a 22-point lead. The shot no good. Major comes up with the rebound. I think it's time to slow things down here as we tick under a minute of the third quarter. Just a pass from Harmon to Adarimo. She takes the shot. No good. There's Allison with it, and her pass taken away by number 14, Edmondson. And Edmondson will start to slow things down here. There's Kennard. There's Campbell with it again. Back to Kennard. Tried to get it inside for Charles, and Johnson had a hand on it. Ball will stay with the Lions. And that was just kind of ran through a Titan hand, a Lion hand in there, and the shot
It was
good. I want to say that was from Schoon, and it was. That'll be the last bucket of the third quarter. Titans lead it by 20, 42 to 22. The Titans will,
42.
barring a miracle, come out with the win here tonight on this one. But we still have another quarter of action to play. Let's see what they can put up. We'll be back to Columbus High School in one.
Having the right branding, graphics, and overall look to your business is vital. Luckily, there's Vital Signs in Columbus. Vital Signs Sign Company has been the four-state's choice for vibrant, eye-catching signage since 2001. From small stickers and leather patch hats to lighted pole signs, digital signs, banners, and more, Vital Signs takes you from concept to design to installation. Up your graphics and promotion game with Vital Signs. To see more of their work, follow them at facebook.com/Vital Signs Sign Company or call 620-429-3000.
As one of the oldest banks in southeast Kansas, Exchange State Bank is proud to be locally owned and operated. Exchange State Bank provides quality customer service supporting the growth of local businesses, agriculture, and the financial needs of families in the community. With competitive savings and loan products, online banking and mobile deposits, free debit cards, and more, Exchange State Bank is working to earn your business. To earn more, call 620-429-1873 or visit esbks.com. Exchange State Bank, you're not just banking, you're banking with friends.
Welcome back here out of the timeout. It is 42-22, a 20-point lead for the Titans as we finish off this first game here. As the Lions set for a long inbound, somehow Edmondson comes up with it. That's Kennard. Her long two, no good. And Charles comes down with the rebound. This is it underneath to Billings. That was Edmondson with it now. Now that was Turley. Her shot No good. Was Helms with it. There's Mooney, long two, and she gets it to go.
Katie Murphy for 2.
There's Kennard with it now. Nearly tipped by Bergen there. She passed it into Turley. There's Edmondson. She saved it from going out of bounds. Back to Turley. Back to Kennard. Back to Turley now, top of the key. Mooney on top of her. She'll drive in the lane. Gets a little sneaky there. Flips it over to Billings. Her 3, no good. And Helms comes down with a rebound. Takes off like a jet. Still drive in the lane and lose it, but a foul's. Oh. And they're not going to call any foul. I thought that's what the ref was going to whistle, but they're just going to say the ball went out of bounds, and it'll go back to the Lions. Darn.
Foul on number.
Rough call there for sure. I'm thinking Helms was, and Coach Lead also pretty confused as well, and he's not happy with the call. I can't say I blame him. Helms was quite literally tripped there, but when you're up by 22, you could say it's the principle, but. Oh, and they're going to get a foul on. Okay, apparently they're going to get an offensive foul on Ellie Helms. That's not what I thought would happen, but she just fouled out of the ball game. That's the second game in a row she's fouled out. But she's put up a mighty effort on the defensive side, and that's why she gets so many fouls as she does. Edmondson for 3, no good. Mooney comes up with the rebound. And she'll race it up the court. Gets it over to Harmon. Harmon over to Johnson. Johnson long 2, no good. Guess it was more of a middle range baseline too, and Lions will come up with the rebound. That's Charles with it now. She slows things down as she crosses the half court line. There's Kennard for 3, no good. And Mooney tried to save it, but it goes out of bounds. It'll stay with the Lions. Nice effort there by Mooney. She put up a good effort all night, trying to get rebounds and trying to save passes. Ern Helms, there's Major. She steals it off the inbounds. Guess you could say the same thing about Major, and we've seen some better effort from Green and Adaramos tonight. So all around, this was a game for the Titans to really get the team cooking on all cylinders. There's a 3 for Katie Mooney on the right wing, and it swishes out. That was Charles who grabbed the rebound. She brings it up. Now Turley with it. Backs inside the lane. Gets it back out to Charles. Charles will drive inside. There's Edmondson with it. Now to Kennard. Kennard will drive in. And her and Bergen trip up, and a blocking foul called.
That's number 14, Maddie Bergen.
We're going to get that one on Maddie Bergen.
Team's
10th foul puts the Lions in the double bonus. Everything foul-wise from now on will result in 2. First one for Kennard is good.
For 22nd, Ramos.
Adaramos will check back in. Bergen will sit, take a rest. That one kind of rolls around the rim, no good. Lions come up with the rebound. There's Turley with it now off the pass from Kennard, and she falls down, loses it. Here's Major with it now. Mooney just going to kind of hold it and pause and reset. There's Adaramos. She'll dribble around the outer perimeter, finds Johnson. She'll do the same thing. Here's Major. There's Mooney for 3 and swishes it.
3 points.
Tied in the fourth quarter for Katie Mooney. It's 47-23. There's Kennard with the 3, no good. Edmondson comes down with the rebound, and that shot from somebody no good, and Katie Mooney gets it as we head around the 5-minute mark. Mooney kind of directs traffic a little bit, flips it over to Adaramos. Now over to Johnson. Back to Major. Just kind of dribbling around the outer perimeter until she found the wall that is Chloe Turley. So Mooney will just drive in the lane, and her shot's no good. She will go to the foul stripe.
Foul on number 32 for the Lions, Stephanie Billings.
No, not Turley. I'm sorry, Mooney.
The 2.
for some reason. Some reason I got Mooney and Turley confused. I'm not entirely sure why. I apologize for that. Mooney makes one of them. 48-23. There's Kennard with it now. That was Billings. Now back to Kennard. Kennard will try the three from the outer perimeter, and it's good. Goal point to the fourth quarter for Kennard. It's now 48. Could be 26. There we go. Major tries to drive baseline, gets it over to Ada Ramos. Now over to Harmon. Back to Mooney. Pass a little too high, and she goes near the PA table. Coach Sills catches the ball. Early set to inbound it. Flips it over to Edmondson. Edmondson will bring it across as we tick under 4 minutes. There's Billings. Flips it over to Kennard. Inside for Billings. Billings will drive in, and her shot's up and good.
2 points, 7 Billings.
I would almost say that's the first bucket of the game for Chesney Billings, but I'm not entirely sure. As like I said, I couldn't keep first half stats, but I don't remember her scoring much. There's Mooney for three again, no good, and Johnson tried to get the rebound, lands in the hands of Ada Ramos, and that pass a little too hot for Major, and she tried to save it, made a good hustle effort there, but it goes out of bounds. Ball will go back to the Lions.
Number 13, Kennedy Green, substituting in for Titans. Also, number 25, Macy Allison.
It's Turley. Shot from Edmondson, no good. Harmon comes down with the rebound, flips it over to Major. Major will bring it up. And Major's shot's no good as she drove in to the lane, but she will go to the foul stripe. It's only the fourth. Okay, well, it's only the fifth foul
Number 30.
on the line.
To the line for 2.
Major first one, no good.
Substitution for the Lions sends number 24, Emily Stone.
And Major can't get either one of them to fall.
Foul on number 25, Macy Allison. Her first. Sends number 24, Emily Stone, to the line.
Okay, guess I missed that one. And then Michonne will go to the line. Her first one, no good. Allison did not realize it was for 2. So she was ready. I mean, she was paying attention. She tried to grab the rebound. Oh well. Nothing wrong with putting in the effort. There's Major. Off the pass from Johnson. 2:46 left to play. As Johnson passed it into Harmon, and it was stripped out of there. There's Green with it now. And a long pass in the backcourt. Major will rush and come up with it barely, but yeah, they're going to say it went out of bounds, and it'll go back to the Titans, or excuse me, the Lions. Major chips the inbound pass. Lions will try it again. That's Turley on the inbound, finds Kennard. He'll drive around, gets it over to Charles. And as I was writing down names, turnover happens and ball will go back to the Titans. So here's Major with it. And there's the pass from Major to Johnson. Nearly goes out of bounds. He saves it. Inside for Allison. Allison will go up. Shot no good, but there was a foul called. 48-19, or 48-29. The lead is 19.
Foul ball number 24 to Stone. Her second, team 6. Macy Allison, the line for the Titans, shoot 2.
Allison's first shot, no good. Looked like it might have went in there. And can't get the second one either, but Harmon comes up with a rebound. Her putback no good, and she comes out of there with it, but stepped on the bounds line, and ball will go back to the Titans, or the Lions. I'm sorry, man. I keep getting that wrong.
And for the Lions, number 33, junior Emma Walker.
I'm just going to blame it on the fact they're both red schools. They don't really sound similar, but they kind of do when you're trying to speak fast. I don't know. Maybe it's just the fact that it's been a long school week and, well, I'm tired. That pass from Edmondson goes nowhere. She throws it away. Ball will go back to the Titans. 1:47 left to go in the ball game. The Titans will either get to 3-4 or 4-4 on the year. Or excuse me, 4-4 or 5-4.
Trinity Green.
And that shot from Trinity Green was up and good. I'm not sure. I think that was a shot from Kennard. It's no good. And one of the Titans came down with it and flipped it over to Major. And Coach Leake's going to burn a timeout here as we reach the final minute of this one. 50-29 the score. As he's going to... Oh, no, he's not going to burn a timeout. He's going to check Claudia. I'm going to wait for him to pronounce it.
Claudia.
Paradiso. There we go. I think that's her first appearance of the season. So you know what? Good for her. I'm glad that we're able to get her in tonight. And Allison puts the shot up. It's no good, but she does draw the foul, and we'll go to the foul strike. Claudia is the foreign exchange student here at the high school. We're lucky to have that program where we get to have students from across the world come in here and see our country town.
For the Lions.
Maybe a country town, but we love it. Better than the big city, right? Put back no good. There's Trinity Green, and her put back is
Trinity Green for 2.
52-29 as we tick under a minute. 39 seconds exact left to go. There's Kennard with it. And Charles was kind of signaling, hey, I'm wide open, but it gets up to Edmondson. Now back to Kennard. Kennard will drive in a little bit. Shot no good. And there's Johnson with the rebound. Flips it over to Major. And Hurley stole it there. Is on the ground. And a timeout called by Coach Roberts with 18.6 seconds left to go. I guess he wanted to save the possession and get some subs in. The only reason I can think of it. I'll take a pull. It's going to be 1 minute. We'll return to Columbus High School here. This is Columbus Titan basketball.
trying to make the most of the next harvest, navigating a changing business landscape, or planning for the next chapter in your life, the professionals at Prime Accounting Solutions are here to help. With 10 locations, Prime Accounting offers convenient, friendly accounting and tax services at a fair price. Payroll, bookkeeping, business planning, personal tax filing, and more. And now Prime is the place to go for insurance. Titan fans can find us at 404B North Grand in Pittsburgh or call 620-232-7305. To find a location near you, go to primeaccounting.net.
I was going to take the full timeout, but I figured, if we got 18 seconds left, we're going to be showing you plenty of commercials here coming up in just a minute. So why not take care of it now? 18.6 left to go here in this ball game, 52-29. The Lions looking to inbound it, gets it inside to, that's number 33, Emma Walker. Checking the ball game. There's Kennard with it now. That's Edmondson. There's Turley, 3, no good. And Allison comes down with the rebound and just hold it out. There's Major with it. And kicked out of bounds by Chloe Turley. They're not going to matter. So with this one, Titans will win it 52-29, a 23-point ball game here. Big win for the Titans. They certainly needed it, as they will either advance to 3-4 or 4-4 on the season. We'll ask Coach Elite about that in his postgame interview coming up. And we'll also talk about the Lancer Classic a little bit between the breaks. The girls and boys brackets, both different. Oh, man. The boys are dressed out. It must be serious here tonight. The boys are all dressed out in their digs except for the top. That was the warm-up portion, but they're all dressed out in their digs. Those are the uniforms that they wear, so must be serious. Anyway, we're going to take a bit of a break. We'll come back, recap second half from this ball game, and then, of course, we're going to preview this boys matchup, kind of see what's going on in between, and look at the Lancer Classic a little bit. We'll show you a little bit of those brackets, and, of course, hopefully talk to Coach Lee. We'll be back to Columbus High School in 2 minutes.
Call's service is outstanding in their field, especially for those that are stuck, outstanding in their field. Call's carries a wide selection of farm, industrial, and heavy-duty tires, all from the best brands in the business. And they've got farm service trucks ready to go. Plus, Call's continues to be the place folks go for car and truck tires, repairs, oil changes, and so much more. If you're in the market for new tires in Southeast Kansas, make the right call to Call's Service, 620-724-4121. See more at callservicellc.com.
As one of the oldest banks in Southeast Kansas, Exchange State Bank is proud to be locally owned and operated. Exchange State Bank provides quality customer service supporting the growth of local businesses, agriculture, and the financial needs of families in the community. With competitive savings and loan products, online banking and mobile deposits, free debit cards, and more, Exchange State Bank is working to earn your business. To earn more, call 620-429-1873 or visit esbks.com. Exchange State Bank, you're not just banking, you're banking with friends.
Welcome back out here to Columbus High School in between games. We'll kind of talk about this second half a little bit. It was not very active for the Lions. They were led in scoring by Kennard. She had 2 threes and a point at the foul stripe. And that'll give her 7 points on the night. Following her is Sydney Charles. She had 2 on the night. Emily Schoen, I'm not sure how to pronounce it, 2 points. And Chesney Billings had 2 points as well. That wraps out the second half of scoring for the Lady Lions. For the Columbus Titans, a big second half for them. Katie Mooney is going to be led in scoring. Let's add this up real quick. That's 6, 8, 10, 12, 15, 16 points. Man. 16 points in the second half alone for Katie Mooney. She's been on a tear these past couple of ball games. Ellie Helms had 3. Trinity Green had 4. Maddie Bergen had 2, and Grace Major had 2. And we also got our first appearance of the season from Claudia Paradiso or something like that. I'm not sure how to pronounce it. I apologize, but yeah, Claudia, foreign exchange student. We had our first appearance from her. That's pretty exciting. I'm not gonna lie. Hopefully, we can get her in some minutes. With our foreign exchange student here, so hopefully she can get in some more minutes before the or during the tournament, I should say. I was going to say before the tournament, but there is no other games before the tournament. So that's right. Speaking of the tournament, we have the Lancer Classic starting up on Monday, the 16th. The boys will play their first round, I believe, on Monday, and the girls should play on Tuesday. Wednesday will be the break day. I'm almost sure of it. And if I could load Facebook, I would have this for you. But you know what? We're gonna have to check this on my phone because I'm not entirely sure. I should have had this pulled up beforehand, but you know what? Adding numbers can be hard. All right, here we go. So for the boys bracket, yes, they will play their first game on the 16th. They will play either the semifinal. If they win that, they will play the semifinal game or the consolation game on Thursday the 19th, and then the championship, if they get there, hopefully they should, on Saturday the 21st. On the girls bracket, they will play their first game on the 17th. Depending on how that first game goes, it will either be the winner's bracket, the consolation bracket on the 20th, and then the championship and the consolation championship on the 21st. So, an exciting tournament coming up. The Lancer Classic's always fun. The Titan boys won it last year. I'm pretty sure the girls came up in 3rd place. So, hopefully the Titan boys can keep their record and the Lady Titans can improve it a little bit. But still, both not bad years. So, hoping for similar results from both teams coming up this year. All right, we're going to take another quick break. When we come back, preview this boys game a little bit, look at some games for the Lions as they're having a much better season than what they were last year. They only won 3 games last year, and they've already doubled it. And we're pretty much not even halfway through the season right now. We're getting close, but not halfway just yet. So pretty impressive so far for the Lions. So this is not going to be a game that you just have to walk on the floor and expect to win. You got to put up a fight, because I know, I'm not sure of his name. It might be Jacob Grant. It might be Weston Shaper, one of the two. But one of the kids on these court that I've been watching they can hit 3. So that's got to be something that you really should know and that you really should contain. So that'd be nice to see if they can hold him to a certain number of points. I'm sure in the first quarter we're going to figure out who it is. So we're going to go ahead and take another quick break. And when we come back out, we will preview this boys game and look at some scores of the finals of a couple of girls games going on around the area tonight. We'll be back here in 5 minutes on Columbus Sports Live.
Whether you're trying to make the most of the next harvest, navigating a changing business landscape, or planning for the next chapter in your life, the professionals at Prime Accounting Solutions are here to help. With 10 locations, Prime Accounting offers convenient, friendly accounting and tax services at a fair price. Payroll, bookkeeping, business planning, personal tax filing, and more. And now Prime is the place to go for insurance. Titan fans can find us at 404B North Grand in Pittsburgh or call 620-232-7305. To find a location near you, go to primeaccounting.net. Roto-Rooter is proud to serve Southeast Kansas, offering sewer and drain cleaning as well as septic and grease trap pumping 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. From toilet clogs to video inspections, sewer line repairs to complete replacements. To make an appointment, call 620-231-5630. That's 620-231-5630. Roto-Rooter, proud to support area high schools and student athletes. See the rad in names and numbers. Having the right branding, graphics, and overall look to your business is vital. Luckily, there's Vital Signs in Columbus. Vital Signs Sign Company has been the 4-state's choice for vibrant, eye-catching signage since 2001. From small stickers and leather patch hats to lighted pole signs, digital signs, banners, and more, Vital Signs takes you from concept to design to installation. Up your graphics and promotion game with Vital Signs. To see more of their work, follow them at facebook.com/Vital Signs Sign Company or call 620-429-3000.
Question: what What will you find on all over-the-counter or OTC medicine packages to help you choose the right drug and use it safely? The answer? The drug facts label. This label lists the medicine's active ingredients and purpose, how much to take, and warnings you should know before using it. Remember, even OTC medicines you buy without a prescription can cause side effects you don't want. So follow the information listed on the drug facts label. For more information, visit fda.gov/drug facts label. A message from the U.S. Food and Drug Administration.
Number one, obviously, is safety. We definitely call 811 to find out if there are any buried lines, fiber optic, whether it be telephone or pipeline or anything. Don't take a chance. Don't think you know and say, well, I don't remember anything being put in there. Call 811 and make sure that that's identified, that there isn't something there before you make that crossing. Because in the end, we want everybody going home.
What would happen if I had to pick up the phone, call 911 for one of my family members or one of my neighbors? What would I do if no one was on the other end to respond? What if there was no 911? So you can be a part of the solution.
Anybody can be a firefighter. Male, female, younger, older.
We have school teachers. We have leaders in business.
Is me, you, anyone that wants to be. There is no typical firefighter.
Welcome back out here. You know what? We're actually going to do this real quick. I have to add something to this scene, but we're going to make it work here because we forgot to do. We didn't forget to do it earlier, but due to the fact that we had some technical problems, we're going to go ahead and run the second half of the Vital Signs pregame show. The Titans' execution is vital to their success, and at Vital Signs, they know how important execution is. That's why they help you through the entire process from design to installation. You can follow them at facebook.com/Vital Signs Sign Company. Looking at this boys team, Titans coming off of a win against the St. Paul Indians, 62-27, a big win for them. They had a lot of good things come out of that game. They seemed to work well with each other. A little sloppy in the first half with the ball handling. That's something you certainly can't do against this Lions team, as they are much improved. I'm not sure of their exact record, but I think it's 6-3, something like that. They played a few more games than we have, but they're a lot more improved than what they were last year. They won 3 games last year, the entire season. And and those were in the very first part of the season. Now they are moved up to 6-3, so they've already won. Only played 9 games out of the 20 you're supposed to have in a main season, and they've already doubled what they won last year. So this Lions team is going to be more impressive than what most people probably thought going into this season. So Titans can't overlook this game. They can't think anything over it. They can't really just say, well, let's just focus on the tournament. We've got an easy opponent here. In order to win this game, they're going to have to they're actually going to have to put forth quite a bit of effort. They're going to have to get the looks they need. They're going to have to, run the ball smooth. Don't get sloppy with the handling. Don't try to move so quickly, especially when you don't need to. That's kind of something that we've seen, and this team has kind of lost some traction because they've started to slip up a little bit. They've gotten ahead, and then they've just tried to run fast and move the ball up and down the court as quickly as they can, when in reality it's a little bit better to slow it down. And that's kind of something Coach Smiley and I talked about a little bit not last night, but on Tuesday. So we'll see what this Titan team has done in practice. Like I said, hopefully we can get a word in from Coach Elite sometime, someplace, somewhere in some place for the same thing, but you get the point. But yeah, starting tonight for the Titans, we don't have the official lineup for the Lions yet. We'll get that for you. But starting tonight for the Titans should be the usual 5. Cole Tungenhauer, number 13. Number 22, Cole Miner. Number 30, Brad Hamilton. Number 35, Landon Midget. Number 42, Seth Stover. All seniors. And I've kind of been saying this. The senior class has been a pretty good one. Some of these guys have been starting since they were freshmen, so this is kind of like, I guess, their dream season. If they're going to go to the state tournament, this is going to be the season that they most likely should. We'll talk about some scores from the games around the area. The game going on at Frontenac High School against Girard. The Lady Raiders beat the Lady Trojans tonight, 69-52. 2 losses in a row for the Lady Trojans. Meanwhile, the Riverton Rams, the Lady Rams, they beat the Lady Bulldogs tonight, 54-41. On the Bulldog court, 2 straight wins for them because the Lady Rams just beat the Lady Trojans. So they're on a bit of a tear right now, and the Riverton Rams on the boys' side are coming off of a win against Girard as well on the boys' side, and they're going to get ready to take on Galena. Galena's 8-0. So if Riverton plays how they're capable of, considering how poorly Galena played for most of the game against Colgan last week, or excuse me, on Tuesday night, that game should be interesting. So I'll be tuning into that one. And the Frontenac Girard game should be interesting as well, because I guarantee those boys are going to be angry coming off of a 2-point loss to Riverton. That game was close. But yeah, it doesn't get any easier. They lost, Girard lost to Riverton. Doesn't get any easier for them tonight, as they're going to be taking on the Raiders in that doubleheader. We'll bring you the scores of that one coming up right around halftime. In fact, I guarantee it may have already started. And I lied. Apparently it has not started. Or no, it has started. It's 13-4 Girard. So Girard, like I said, on a tear right now, and they're probably not very happy with what's happened the last couple of weeks. So we got about a minute and 19 seconds left. We're going to go ahead and take another quick break, and we'll come back and get the tip from this one. This is Columbus Titan basketball.
Whether you're trying to make the most of the next harvest, navigating a changing business landscape, or planning for the next chapter in your life, the professionals at Prime Accounting Solutions are here to help. With 10 locations, Prime Accounting offers convenient, friendly accounting and tax services at a fair price. Payroll, bookkeeping, business planning, personal tax filing, and more. And now Prime is the place to go for insurance. Titan fans can find us at 404B North Grand in Pittsburgh, or call 620-232-7305. To find a location near you, go to primeaccounting.net. Roto-Rooter is proud to serve Southeast Kansas, offering sewer and drain cleaning, as well as septic and grease trap pumping 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. From toilet clogs to video inspections, sewer line repairs to complete replacements. To make an appointment, call 620-231-5630. That's 620-231-5630. Roto-Rooter, proud to support area high schools and student athletes. See the rad in names and numbers. Having the right branding, graphics, and overall look to your business is vital. Luckily, there's Vital Signs in Columbus. Vital Signs Sign Company has been the four-state's choice for vibrant, eye-catching signage since 2001. From small stickers and leather patch hats to lighted pole signs, digital signs, banners, and more, Vital Signs takes you from concept to design to installation. Up your graphics and promotion game with Vital Signs. To see more of their work, follow them at facebook.com/Vital Signs Sign Company or call 620-429-3000.
Number 35.
Back out here to Columbus High School, getting ready for the start of this boys game. First, we'd like to let you know that Columbus Sports High is presented by Mercy of Columbus. For quality and passionate care with Mercy of Columbus right around the corner. They're local, reliable. That's Mercy of Columbus. You can learn more at mercy.net. All right, here's your official starting lineups tonight. The Titans are going to be starting senior number 13, Cole Duggan-Howard, senior number 22, Cole Miner, senior number 30, Brett Hamilton, senior number 35, Landon Midget, and senior number 42, Seth Stover. For the Lions, they're going to be starting sophomore number 4, Jacob Grant, junior number 10, Weston Schaefer, junior number 15, Javen Alexander, junior number 25, Peyton Gaines, and senior number 32, Logan Guess. Columbus wins the tip. Columbus in the home whites, red letters and numerals. Baxter in their road reds with black letters and numerals. Titans are coached by Jerry Smiley, assisted by Taylor Spear. The Lions are coached by Alan Hibbler, assisted by Kyle Krotz and Tyler Underwood. No points there for the Titans. No call from, which I would have called that a charge from Schaefer, but he gets his 2 to go. First bucket of the night goes to Weston Schaefer. Here's Titans will kind of reset things. Here's Midget. Midget drives in a little bit, flips it out over to Miner. Miner inside to Stover. Stover will back out. Flips it over to Hamilton. Hamilton dishes inside, and his pass swatted out of there by Peyton Gaines. That was Stover. He got it into Minor, and that one swatted out of there by number 15, Javen Alexander. Holt Ungenhauer finds it in the backcourt. He drives in. Shot gets stuck on the rim. Should get him for a foul.
Album number 32.
So we will bring in Coach Leet. Hopefully he can hear me.
Yeah, I can. Yeah.
All right, awesome job. So, unfortunately, we had some technical issues. I only got second half stats here, but what a second half it was for Katie Mooney. According to me, she had 16 points less in the second half alone. I have no idea what she had in the first, but
She ended with 32, I believe.
32. So, yeah, that's a pretty impressive night, especially for a sophomore. So, congratulations to her. You guys held them pretty close in the second half. Didn't allow them really any scoring. Played good defense. Ellie Helms ended up fouling out, but because of her good defense, kind of what have you talked about in the halftime that allowed you guys to come back and finish this game out strong?
Well, I really wasn't very pleased with them, especially the way we ended. I mean, we came out in the first quarter. I mean, we were hot. You know, we had a game plan. They stuck to it. Kind of got a little loose and away from that in the second quarter. So it got a little testy in the locker room for a little bit. But yeah, it came out. They were fired up. Energy really picked up. Wouldn't have liked to see some of those fouls, but I mean, we can clean that up. But the energy and the effort, that's the part like we can hang our hat on.
Absolutely. Looking at last week, I guess I should have addressed this first, but a win over St. Paul, a close one, 45-42. I think a big motivator for the team in that one. What's your record now, if I may ask? 4-4?
Yeah, we're right back to 500, and that's what we talked about Friday. You know, we kind of had a rough game against Girard. We knew it was a good team, but we knew we could have played better. So we had the goal then in the locker room after the game, like, you know, by the end of this week, from a week from now, we want to be 2-0. That's what we work for.
Absolutely. Going into the, you got tournament week coming up. You guys on Tuesday, I believe, are taking on Riverton.
Yeah, we got that
in the
draw.
Lancer Classic. How are you guys going to plan for going into the Lancer Classic this year?
I mean, same thing. I'm going to spend the weekend. We're going to go over film. We're going to come in Monday, put in game plan. You know, it's quick turnaround. We don't have a whole lot of practice time, but we're going to do everything, see what we see on film, and just try to be as ready as we can. You know, it's tough when you play a team that close, you know, that many times that close, because, I mean, we'll see them again towards the end of the season as well. And then we know they're going to be a good team that's coming off a big win on Girard, against Girard.
Yep, and I think they just beat Galena tonight as well.
Really? Yeah, so they're really rolling. So we know it's going to be a challenge, but I know the girls we have and how competitive they are, that they're going to be ready.
Yeah, it was a very close game last time.
It was.
I think they've improved quite a bit since the end of the semester. So
yeah, thank you.
And looking tonight, point totals, attitude, somebody tonight who you could pick to be a player of the game. Who's that going to be tonight?
It's really hard to go when a girl scores 32 and, you know, really carries, you know, over half of our points on offense. But, yeah, I'll probably go Katie. But, you know, I was really impressed with Trinity Green. She's really starting to figure things out as a true freshman coming in. She was kind of timid at first, but, you know, like, and I told her and the other Trinity that I love that you're trying and you're making mistakes. Make a mistake. Just don't make it more than once. You know, let's learn from it. But, you know, let's go out there and play. Go out there and make mistakes, have fun, play basketball, and we'll figure it out.
Absolutely. Hey, Coach, go out and celebrate this one. We'll be at the tournament next week, and good luck there.
All right, thanks, man.
Royce and the head coach of the Columbus Lady Titans, Matt Lead, as they win tonight over the Baxter Springs Lions, 4-4 their record, and Titans hit a big three, and they're up early, 5-4 over the Baxter Springs Lions here in this one. There's the shot from Schaefer, and that bucket's up and good.
Jacob Grant for 2.
Oh, that was Grant. I'm sorry. I thought I saw a 10 there, and I did not. There's Minor with it now. Flips it over to Ungenhauer. Ungenhauer will drive in, and he loses it. Kind of what I was talking about, going in real fast in the lane. Schaefer comes up with the rebound, and he'll drive in, and his shot no good. Stover jumps up, gets it, flips it over to Midget. I'm not going to ride on my leg anymore. There's Minor, and he's up on the pass. It's good to go. There's Schaefer with it now. Flips it over to Alexander. Now to Gaines. Gaines gets it inside to Schaefer. Schaefer will take a jump shot, no good. And Grant comes down with the rebound and manages to save it out of there. And Wes will go up, and his shot's tipped. And a foul's called.
Foul on number 22, Bull Miner.
7-6 now, the scoring with these free throws. Grant could take the lead, but it won't happen because he missed the first one. But he can tie it.
For the Titans, number 12.
We'll check into the ball game. Brett Hamilton will take a seat. Misses both of them, and Youngblood comes down with it, nearly loses it, but saves it. Gets it over to Ungenhauer. Over to Youngblood now in the corner. And that pass tipped out of his hands and stolen by Schaefer. Schaefer will come up with it, flips it over to Alexander. Flips it over to Grant now. Back to Alexander inside for Gaines. And he goes up to the basket and the foul's on him. Or he gets the foul call. That one's going to go against
Foul's on number 42.
Seth Stover. I didn't know if it was going to be on Miner or Stover.
Gaines to the line for 2.
Second team foul, both of them coming up in about 30 seconds of game time. Gaines makes the first one.
Stepping in for the line.
Ties it up 7-all.
Number 12, Gaines Baggard. And checking in for the Titans, number 11, Matt Kirk.
Matt Kirk will check in. Well, I'm not sure who checked in for the Gage Maggard. As I close my finger on Coach Leet's microphone. That was Kirk with it. This is it over to Midget now. Kirk for 3, no good. And that was Maggard that came down with the rebound and flipped it over to Gaines. 7-8 here. Baxter Springs on top early on in this one. Dishes it underneath for Maggard. Now back out to Grant. Coach Smiley wanted to travel on that, and here's a little teardrop in the lanes, up and good. He's got 4 in the first quarter, and now it's a 3-point lead for the Lions. Here's Kirk with it. Flips it over to Stover. Ungenhauer will back out a little near the half-court mark and reset. Over to Midget, left wing. Inside for Stover. Stover will go up. Jump shot no good. Youngblood tried to come down with the rebound. Couldn't get it. A little sloppy shooting earlier on here. Here's Grant with it. There's a 3 from Alexander, and it's no good. Stover comes up with the board. Flip it over to Ungenhauer. Ungenhauer will drive in. Shot no good. And we're going to say ball went out of bounds off of him, and it'll go back to the Lions.
Number 22, Cole Miner. And Wesley.
There's Schaefer with it now.
For the Lions.
Miner on top of him. He'll drive in anyway. Traveled in there with what I saw, or just. There's Alexander with it now. Gets it over to Schaefer. Schaefer drives in. That's a travel. Shot no good, and he puts it back anyway.
Yes, Schaefer's a 2.
He's got 4, 7-12. The ball goes out of bounds, but it'll stay with the Titans.
Stepping in for the Lions, number 25, Peyton Gaines.
I'm not going to say anything early on here, but that's twice that I've seen Schaefer travel, and nothing's been called. Under a minute here in the first quarter. Here's Youngblood with it. 5-point game. Here's Miner. Over to Kirk. Plenty of time to sort things out. Back to Minor. Gets it inside for Youngblood. Youngblood will drive in. His shot's up and good. His first points of the ball game. Now it's a 3-point game. Was Gaines with it. Gets it underneath the gas. And he'll get called for the charge, and ball will go back to the Titans. The offensive foul there on
Offensive foul on number 25.
Gaines. His first.
Second for the Titans, number 42, Seth Stover.
9-12, a 3-point ball game. As we tick under 20 seconds. There we go. There's Hamilton with it. Little dish inside and lost it. But a foul, well, I guess they're going to say out of bounds, or no, they're going to call a foul somewhere. Brett's at the foul stripe. Or not. Okay. That was a complete miscall on my part. The ref gave no foul indication, and I just assumed where Brett was walking. But Minor inbounds it to Cole Youngblood. He'll dish inside and a holding call. As Midget and Ungenhauer set to check back into the ball game.
Foul on number 30, Brett Hamilton.
They're going to get that one on Hamilton. It's his first.
I think for the Titans, number 35, maybe not.
So apparently Ungenhauer won't come back into the game, but Midget does. There's a shot from, I want to say Schaefer. That was no good. At the buzzer. That was either Hamilton or Youngblood. It's no good. So at the end of one, Baxter leads 12-9 over the Titans. We're back to Columbus High School in one.
When it comes to your health, there's no need to travel. Mercy Hospital Columbus offers an array of outpatient services such as physical therapy and infusions. Mercy also has private room swing bed services and respite care. The ER is open 24/7 with low wait times. Mercy cardiology physicians can even serve patients here. Choosing a small community hospital allows you to remain close to home while still receiving important medical care. Eliminate unnecessary time and travel by choosing Mercy Hospital Columbus.
Back coming out of the quarter break as we start the second here. Baxter Springs leads at 12-9. And I don't know what happened in the Girard Frontenac game, but Frontenac was down by, I think, 10 or 11 at one point, and they've crawled back in it. It's tied at 24. Back to this one. Here's Youngblood. Inside to Stover. Stover at the free throw line. Shot no good. Midget comes down with the rebound, and there's a foul call, and he'll go to the free throw line.
Foul on number 25, Peyton Gaines, his second team quarter, 6:35. Landon Midget to the line. Substitution for the line brings in number 12, Gage.
Midget knocks down the first.
Also in for the Titans, number 24, Jasmine Tanner.
Jasmine Tanner will check into the ball game. And Midget pulls it within one. That was Schaefer with it. Now over to Alexander. Puts it over to Maggard. Over to Grant. Alexander back with it now as he approaches top of the key. Drives in. Looking for a place to back it out to. Gets it back out to Maggard. Inside for Guess. Guess shot no good. Midget comes down with the rebound. Gets it over to Youngblood. Youngblood's a little up and under move. No good. I wouldn't call him up and under move. Just a little jump shot. There's Schaefer with it. Gets it over to Grant. Grant back out to Schaefer. He'll just try a three, and he hits it.
What's Schaefer to three?
With a defender in his face and everything, and he makes the shot. That's Stover. He dishes it underneath to Midget. Midget trying to back his way out. Goes up, and he gets the bucket to go.
Midget for 2.
4 points in the... Rip my stat sheet. 4 points in the ball game for Landon Midget. There's Grant with it now, and that pass tipped out of there by Minor. It'll stay with the Lions.
Number 13, Colt Byer, and number 30, Brett Hamilton.
That was Maggard with it. Now over to Schaefer. Schaefer's pocket picked by Hamilton. Hamilton races up the court, and his shot's up and good. Calling back in it, and they tie it up. 15-15. That was Grant. That was Maggard with it, and he flipped it over to Schaefer. Now back to Maggard. Near the left wing. Driving near the free throw line. Back it out to Alexander. Hamilton tried to pick the pocket of Alexander. Couldn't get to him in time. Tried again, and a foul called.
That was on number 30, Brett Hamilton, his 7.
I would expect Minor to replace Hamilton, and that's what's exactly going to happen as number 25. Peyton Gaines will replace Maggard. That's Gage Maggard, that is. As Grant is set to inbound it underneath the hosted Titans, and he'll flip it in the backcourt to Gaines. 5:35 left to go here in the first half. Gaines will pop a three, and it's good.
Peyton Gaines for 3.
Seems like every time there's a defender in their face, they're going to take a three and nail it. So I really don't know what you do about that. There's Midget. Over to Minor. Over to Stover. Underneath to Midget. Midget goes up. Shot's good, and the foul.
That was on number 10 for the Lions, Wesley Safer.
That's going to be on Schaefer, his first. Team's 5th foul. And I think Coach Hibbler called a timeout and wanted to address his team a little bit, as Titans are now back within 1 after multiple threes by the Lions. We'll be back to Columbus High School after the timeout in 30. Welcome back here. Baxter on top of Columbus here at home. 18-17 here, but Landon Midget is at the free throw line. He just made his bucket. I did not give it to him. I did not count Schaefer for the foul. There we go. Now it's all taken care of. Here's the N1 from Midget. It's up and good. 7 points right now in the first half for Landon Midget. That's Schaefer with it. If we're looking for a place to put it, it's all tied up. Here's Alexander, and as I say that, he swishes a three. His first points of the ball game. Got to get a hand in their face. 18-21, Lions back on top here. They keep hitting these threes. They could stay in this ball game as long as they want to. Here's Youngblood with it now. That was Stover as he passed it up to Minor. Minor will drive in, get it back out to Youngblood. Youngblood's jump shot in the lane made good, and that was Gaines that came down with the rebound. Gaines kind of directs traffic. He'll pull up for a three, and he swished it. Got to keep your eye on Gaines as he's got 6 points and just free throws. There's Stover, his shot in the lanes. And I don't know what they're doing. Coach Hibbler kind of ran at the referee like he was confused about something. I think maybe he thought the possession was going to go to the Titans. But it stays with or goes back to the Lions off the point. Here's Gaines with it now. Dishes it under to Grant. Over to Schaefer. Fakes the three. Drives in for a long two. It's up and good. Heck, at this rate, he might have just taken the three. I mean, the amount of times Baxter has gotten a three and somebody's been in their face, it's incredible. There's Ungenhauer. He gets the two to go. Titans down by 4 here. Early on in this one, 3:26 to go. Second quarter. Not sure who shot that three, but it's no good. Here comes Midget down with it. He'll drive in the lane. A lot of contact, no call. Ball will go out of bounds. Back to the Lions. So a 4-point ball game. The Lions on top, 26-22. Clock starts, 3:10 left to go. Here's Guess with it, and he'll drive in. Shot no good. And Miner dishes it over to Stover. That one nearly tipped out by Schaefer. Lands in the hands of Ungenhauer. He'll drive in and nearly throws it away. Saved it was Cole Youngblood. And here's Miner, and he was tripped up and manages to save the ball. Dishes it over to Midget. Lucky save there. And Coach Hibbler called a timeout. Or apparently, okay, well, I'm not sure what happened there. Full timeout taken by the Titans. I thought Coach Hibbler was the one yelling it to him, but Coach Smiley wanted it to save the possession. They'll be back here in 1 minute, hopefully. On Columbus Sports Live.
Having the right branding, graphics, and overall look to your business is vital. Luckily, there's Vital Signs in Columbus. Vital Signs Sign Company has been the 4-state's choice for vibrant, eye-catching signage since 2001. From small stickers and leather patch hats to lighted pole signs, digital signs, banners, and more, Vital Signs takes you from concept to design to installation. Up your graphics and promotion game with Vital Signs. To see more of their work, follow them at facebook.com/Vital Signs Sign Company or call 620-429-3000.
As one of the oldest banks in southeast Kansas, Exchange State Bank is proud to be locally owned and operated. Exchange State Bank provides quality customer service supporting the growth of local businesses, agriculture, and the financial needs of families in the community. With competitive savings and loan products, online banking and mobile deposits, free debit cards, and more, Exchange State Bank is working to earn your business. To earn more, call 620-429-1873 or visit esbks.com. Exchange State Bank, you're not just banking, you're banking with friends.
We'll come back here, coming out of the timeout. A dish pass underneath. Got his own rebound with Ungenhauer, and he puts it up for two. Both minutes in the second quarter for him, and here's Gaines with it. Now it's a 2-point ball game, 24-26. Gaines will drive in, and there's Alexander with it. He'll dish it back out to Gaines. Gaines will drive baseline. Shot no good. Guess gets the rebound, and he loses it. There's Midget with it now. Flips it over to Stover. Now back to Ungenhauer. There's Miner. Ungenhauer found an opening and took the layup, and it's good. After a barrage of threes, Titans have just taken their time, found a good look, or a good opening, and it crawled back in this thing, and it's tied up once again. There's Grant with it. Or excuse me, that's Gaines. Inside to Grant. Back out to Schaefer. And Couple travels in there. Shot's no good. And Hungenhauer will slow things down here near the half-court mark. We'll direct traffic a little bit. We tick under a minute on the clock, 55 seconds. Here's Stover. Over to Youngblood. There's Minor. Flips it over to Midget. Now back over to Youngblood. Midget directs traffic. Flips it over to Stover. Back to Youngblood in the corner. His three. No good. Midget comes down with the board. Shot's no good, but they will draw a foul, and Midget will go to the free throw line.
Well, that Midget fouled by number 10, Weston Schaefer, sitting into the line for two.
Midget knocks the first one. That one's going to go against Schaefer, his second.
And for the Buckets, number 24, Noodle Tanner.
Noodle Tanner. Nice. That's what Coach Crane just called him at the PA table. Jasmine's nickname has been Noodle for years, so that makes sense for him. Ball went out of bounds off the layup. I'll stay with the Titans. Gage Magger will replace Peyton Gaines. Titan ball still. Here's Midget. Fakes the three. Gets it out to Stover. Stover takes the three. Nailed it. Titans up by 4 now. 30-26. That's Alexander with it. He takes the three. Way off the mark. Gets it. Stover picks up the rebound. And Midget had a shot at it at the buzzer. Shot is no good. So at the end of the two, Titans lead it by 4 points, 30-26. We'll kick off the second half of the Crossland Construction halftime show after this 2-minute timeout. We're back to Columbus High School coming up after the commercial break.
Call service is outstanding in their field, especially for those that are stuck, well, outstanding in their field. Calls carries a wide selection of farm, industrial, and heavy-duty tires, all from the best brands in the business. And they've got farm service trucks ready to go. Plus, Calls continues to be the place folks go for car and truck tires, repairs, oil changes, and so much more. If you're in the market for new tires in Southeast Kansas, make the right call to Call Service, 620-724-4121. See more at callservicellc.com.
As one of the oldest banks in Southeast Kansas, Exchange State Bank is proud to be locally owned and operated. Exchange State Bank provides quality customer service supporting the growth of local businesses, agriculture, and the financial needs of families in the community. With competitive savings and loan products, online banking and mobile deposits, free debit cards, and more, Exchange State Bank is working to earn your business. To earn more, call 620-429-1873 or visit esbks.com. Exchange State Bank, you're not just banking, you're banking with friends.
Everybody can make something because I think everyone has a spark of creativity, and the reason that I have to keep making is because I don't think my life would be as fulfilling without it. If you make things yourself, that means you're not cowering in fear. You're out there taking chances. That, I think, is my way of saying I love you to the world. All right, now I want to hear why you make.
Share your own Why I Make story today. Visit whyimake.org.
When it comes to your health, there's no need to travel. Mercy Hospital Columbus offers an array of outpatient services such as physical therapy and infusions. Mercy also has private room swing bed services and respite care. The ER is open 24/7 with low wait times. Mercy cardiology physicians can even serve patients here. Choosing a small community hospital allows you to remain close to home while still receiving important medical care. Eliminate unnecessary time and travel by choosing Mercy Hospital Columbus.
Number one, obviously, is safety. We definitely call 811 to find out if there are any buried lines, fiber optic, whether it be telephone or pipeline or anything. Don't take a chance. Don't think you know and say, well, I don't remember anything being put in there. Call 811 and make sure that that's identified, that there isn't something there before you make that crossing. Because in the end, we want everybody going home.
Welcome back here as we kick off the Crossing Construction halftime show here on Columbus Sports Live. Your career awaits with Crossing Construction. Start with Crossing Live out of high school with their internship and apprenticeship programs. You can learn more at crossland.com/careers. All right, looking at this game so far, 30-26 the score right now. Titans up by 4 after a slow start to the game. It was once an 8-point difference, and Titans have crawled back in it to lead by 4, so not a bad second quarter. Leading scorer tonight so far for the Titans is Cole Fungenhauer with 9 points. He had 3 in the first and then hit a barrage of 2. Well, I don't say hit, but he really controlled the ball, found the looks he needed, and got in for 8 points in the second quarter. So props to him. Miner had 2 in the first. Hamilton had 2 in the first. Second leading scorer tonight is Landon Midget. I think he only had 1 in the second, maybe 2 in the second, but he had quite a few. Thank you. He had quite a few in the first quarter. He had at least 8 points. So props to him, or excuse me, 6 points. So props to him. Seth Stover had 5 in the second, and Youngblood had a 2 in the first quarter. Looking at the Lions side of things, they're led in scoring by Weston Schaefer, who with 9 points, followed by Peyton Gaines, who had all of his points in the first quarter. He's in second with 8 points, followed by Jacob Grant with 4, and Javen Alexander for 3 points. So the Titans started off a little bit sloppy. They didn't have the best of looks at the start of the game. They were getting unfortunate calls, but they managed to crawl back in this one, and they're now leading by 4 when it was down by 8 at a point. So hopefully Titans can come out of the locker room and just start finding things. Don't really, take care of the basketball. You don't need to foul. You don't need to drive in super hard. You just need to take care of it. Make the shots that you need to make. And I know that sounds, it's kind of the well done moment, but it's really just about finding the good looks. And you stress that a lot in the basketball team. Seems like recently both of these teams, not just the girls or the boys, but both of them, they've been really struggling in the fact that they almost just want to shoot it from anywhere. And sometimes it works. Tonight with Baxter, I mean, they in the girls' game, they had some of the most lucky shots I've seen since I've been doing this, where defenders have been in their face and they've just taken a barrage of threes and nailed them. Same on the boys' side. We had 2. Let's look where they were from Peyton Gaines. Well, one was from Peyton Gaines, one was from Javen Alexander, where, I just thought there's no way that's going in. And boom, as soon as, because we had defenders in their face, and they were just fortunate enough to hit them. So props to them. Nothing wrong with getting some lucky points, but consistency is the key. Can't always rely on luck. Baxter hasn't this season. I mean, they've proven that they can beat teams. So a 4-point difference is nothing to go in the locker room and just breeze over. 4-point difference could mean life or death. So win or a loss. I don't want to say life or death. That sounds a bit brutal for a high school basketball game, but you get the point. A 4-point game is something that you really need to address. You really need to fix your mistakes and go out there a lot stronger team than what you were, because the first half was not as impressive. We've seen to be a second half team this season. Even in the Girard game where we lost, we still had a better second half, in my opinion. We pulled it back within 8 or 6 several times in that one. Coming up next, we've got 3 minutes and 49 seconds till the tip. We're going to update you on a few scores around the area. A couple close ones going on tonight in the CNC. We'll bring you those scores and take a look at the boys' side of things for the Lancer Classic coming up here in just a few moments. We'll be back to Columbus High School in 3 minutes.
Call's service is outstanding in their field, especially for those that are stuck, outstanding in their field. Call's carries a wide selection of farm, industrial, and heavy-duty tires, all from the best brands in the business. And they've got farm service trucks ready to go. Plus, Call's continues to be the place folks go for car and truck tires, repairs, oil changes, and so much more. If you're in the market for new tires in Southeast Kansas, make the right call to Call's Service, 620-724-4121. See more at callservicellc.com. Having the right branding, graphics, and overall look to your business is vital. Luckily, there's Vital Signs in Columbus. Vital Signs Sign Company has been the 4-state's choice for vibrant, eye-catching signage since 2001. From small stickers and leather patch hats to lighted pole signs, digital signs, banners, and more, Vital Signs takes you from concept to design to installation. Up your graphics and promotion game with Vital Signs. To see more of their work, follow them at facebook.com/Vital Signs Sign Company or call 620-429-3000.
Everybody can make something, because I think everyone has a spark of creativity, and the reason that I have to keep making is because I don't think my life would be as fulfilling without it. If you make things yourself, that means you're not cowering in fear. You're out there taking chances. That, I think, is my way of saying I love you to the world. All right, now I want to hear why you make.
Share your own Why I Make story today. Visit whyimake.org.
Number one, obviously, is safety. We definitely call 811 to find out if there are any buried lines, fiber optic, whether it be telephone or pipeline or anything. Don't take a chance. Don't think you know and say, well, I don't remember anything being put in there. Call 811 and make sure that that's identified, that there isn't something there before you make that crossing. Because in the end, we want everybody going home.
Welcome back out here to Columbus High School, Columbus Sports Live. We'll keep this graphic up because we appreciate our sponsors. So looking at some scores going on from around the area, a close one tonight in Frontenac is the Trojans of Girard are taking on the Raiders of Frontenac tonight. It is 32-29, 6:35 to go in the third quarter. Girard on top of that one. Frontenac was down by, I think, 10 or 11 at one point in the first quarter, and they crawled back in it. It was tied, or it was a one-point game, at halftime. So Girard's still on top of that one, and Riverton has crawled back into this one. I think this one was like a 14 or 16-point difference here against Galena. And right now it's 34-28, a 6-point game. So, like I said, if they can just get a few more points in that one, we could have ourselves a ball game. Kind of the same story here in this one. Columbus on top only by 4. But it's a lead where as long as you take care of the basketball and don't let them get any out of perimeter looks, you shouldn't be that bad off. So Titans have known to be a second-half team in scoring this season, so hopefully they'll come out pretty hot and hang on and win this one and finish this series of games before tournament season comes undefeated at 2-0. So see how this one goes here as we get back to our score bug. Kicking off here, this one, an immediate 3 from Schaefer. Shot no good. Ungenhauer underneath, and his basket is, I had to flip my stat sheet over clockwise. Nice breakaway there from Colt Ungenhauer, and first points out of the break. Not a bad way to start it, that's for sure. There's Alexander with it now. Trying to dish it inside to Grant, and he finds an opening against Minor's defense. James hangs out top of the key, flips over to Alexander. Over to Gaines now. Kind of made a little fake 3 attempt. There's Alexander with it now. Back to Schaefer. Schaefer backs out. They're going to run a little bit of clock here and find a good opening. That's Grant and pass in Alexander. Alexander drives in. Jump shot near the elbow. No good. Comes down with the rebound as Baxter. That was Grant. There's Schaefer. He drives in and shot no good. And Nidget tips that one away and steals it. And he races up the court. And gets the basket and the foul. Nice job for Landon Nidget. 34. 26 now. He'll go to the line and shoot a bucket. That's going to be on Peyton Gaines, his third, excuse me. And a timeout's going to be called by Coach Hibbler, I believe. And he's getting a little arguing with the ref a little bit. It's a flip timeout called by Coach Hibbler. We'll take it with him. We'll return to Columbus High School in 1.
Comes to your health, there's no need to travel. Mercy Hospital Columbus offers an array of outpatient services such as physical therapy and infusions. Mercy also has private room swing bed services and respite care. The ER is open 24/7 with low wait times. Mercy cardiology physicians can even serve patients here. Choosing a small community hospital allows you to remain close to home while still receiving important medical care. Eliminate unnecessary time and travel by choosing Mercy Hospital Columbus.
Welcome back. 34-26 now the score as Titans have gotten some quick points here. Colt Ungenhauer had a bucket and Landon Midget was just at the foul stripe, or was going to be at the foul stripe here coming up. After his bucket was good and he got the foul from Peyton Gaines. Midget's looking to increase this lead to 9, and he does. Completes the three-point play. Here comes Gaines with it now. Titans have been pretty good at getting the ball and stealing it coming out. Not trying to rush things really, but really looking on defense and offense. Here's Grant with it. The Miner fell down. Surprised there was no charge call. And there's Ungenhauer with it. Shot is no good. He tried to get the dunk, but he is fouled and will go to the line. I could have sworn that was going to be a charge on Miner there. Lions avoided a call on that one.
Foul ball number 30.
My goodness. I mean, he tackled, knocked him into the next town, and no call. Ungenhauer's first shot's up and good. Stretches the lead to 10. And he swishes them both. Much better performance from the free throw line for these past 2 nights for Colt Ungenhauer. I mean, he missed several in the Girard game, and I think he's definitely worked on it because his shot's been improved tremendously. Maybe it was just the nerves coming out of the semester, but he's been a lot better than what he was in that Girard game. There's Schaefer. Shot's no good, but he's fouled. And he'll take his turn at the foul strike.
Foul ball number 22, Cole Maurer, his 7th. Team first. Since number 10, Weston Schaefer to the line for 2.
Schaefer's first one up and good. That foul in against Cole Miner, his second. Team's first of the half. Schaefer makes 1 of 2. And there's Ungenhauer with it. Dishes it over to Hamilton. Ungenhauer going to stall near the 25-foot mark and pretty much wait for Gaines to come to him. Little triangle passing from Midget and Miner, which takes a 3, no good. Stover comes down with the board and gets it inside to Ungenhauer. He'll back it out to Miner. Miner will fake the 3. And a 3-second violation. Ball will go back to the Lions. That's Alexander. He knocks down a 3.
David Alexander for 3.
7-point ball game, 37-30. No need to panic here. Here's Miner with it. Right corner. Midget with it now. Gets it over to Ungenhauer. Inside for Midget. Slapped out by Alexander and landed in the hands of Guess. And he flips it over to Gaines and he'll bring it up. He tries another 3. No good. Midget comes down with a rebound. He'll flip it over to Ungenhauer. Gets it over to Hamilton. He'll drive baseline. Just pass underneath to Miner. Stop no good. Stover comes down with the... Thought he came down with the rebound, but couldn't get it in time. Gets it over to Gaines. There's Guess with it now. Nearly lost off the pass to Schaefer. Schaefer drives in. And Schaefer travels. Ball will go back to the Titans. There's Midget with it. Flip it over to Miner. Back over to Ungenhauer in the right corner. Dishes it inside for Stover. Back underneath to Ungenhauer. He drives in. It's it underneath to Midget. There's Miner inside for Hamilton. He dishes it.
And for the Titans.
And I'm not sure what the call was, I guess, because he was in the lane for so long, a 3-second violation. Ball will go back to the Lions. There's Grant inbounding it to Gaines. There's Gaines with it. Inside the lane, gets it back over to Alexander. Back to Gaines. There's Schaefer with it now. There's Gaines. He pops the three. No good. And Midget comes down with the board. He'll bring it up. Midget and Minor will give it and go. Drives in the lane. This is underneath to Ungenhauer. No good. But he does draw the foul. We'll go to the foul stripe. That one's going to be against Schaefer.
His third, I think third, number 13, Cole Ungenhauer.
This is going to be his third, and Cole will go to the foul stripe. First one rattles out, no good. There's the second from Ungenhauer, and that one goes down. 2:55 left to go, third quarter. 8-point ball game, 38-30. Titans on top of Baxter. There's Gaines near the top of the key, flips it over to Schaefer. Then we get the foul. Cole Youngblood, a pushing foul on him. His first foul, team second of the half. Still be Lion basketball. Gaines sets to inbound it. And he throws it away inside to Ungenhauer. Puts it over to Minor. Minor drives in, little underneath pass to Landon Midget. He throws it up and gets it back. Here's Brett for three. Nails it. Brett's first points of the second half. Desperately needed that there as Titans are on top of by double digits. That was Schaefer with it, top of the key, gets it over to Gaines. That's Grant with it. Now back to Alexander. There's Schaefer with it. And Schaefer jumps hard and pretty much throws it at the backboard. Shot no good. There's Minor with it. Puts it over to Ungenhauer in the left corner. Throw it underneath to Hamilton. Hamilton backs out to Midget. Over to Minor. Minor tries a three. No good. He gets it over to Gaines. Long pass for Grant. He'll drive in the lane. Shot's no good. Youngblood comes down with the rebound.
Offensive foul, number 13.
We're get an offensive foul.
Full flats. Number 42,
his third.
Builder. Number 11.
Stover and Kirk check back in the ball game as
Midget
and Ungenhauer will have a seat.
For the line. Number 12, Gaines.
Gage Magger will check in for the Lions as well. Let's see who sat down. I think that was Schaefer. I think they're going to get an away from the ball foul on Logan Guess.
That was on number 32, Logan Guess. His third, team fourth.
His third, fourth team foul of the half. There's Kirk with it over to Tanner. Back to Kirk. There's Youngblood. Dishes it underneath to Hamilton. There's a three from Stover. Shot no good. He somehow manages to get his on board, and his putback's up and good. First bucket of the second half for Seth Stover as we tick near 40 seconds here on the clock. Gaines trying to back in, and this shot tipped out of there by Cole Youngblood. Races it ahead. Here he goes. A one-handed slap off the tip and the pass. There's a three from Alexander. Shot no good. Hamilton comes up with it, and a foul called. And Titans are just storming it up now.
That was on number 25.
15-point lead, 45-30. Held the Lions to, well, almost nothing here in the second half so far. 13 seconds. That was Tanner. Over to Youngblood. Back to Tanner. Underneath to Hamilton. Inside for Stover. Stover drives baseline. Passed it over to Kurt. Now Tanner with it, and he'll drive in the lane. Shot no good. So a very nice third quarter for the Titans. They'll come on top by 15 here with 1 quarter left to go in the ball game. We return to Columbus High School in one.
Roto-Rooter is proud to serve Southeast Kansas, offering sewer and drain cleaning, as well as septic and grease trap pumping 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. From toilet clogs to video inspections, sewer line repairs to complete replacements. To make an appointment, call 620-231-5630. That's 620-231-5630. Roto-Rooter, proud to support area high schools and student athletes. See the rad in names and numbers.
Yeah. Welcome back out of the break. Start the fourth quarter, finish up the nightcap, a 15-point lead for the Titans after an impressive third quarter, 45-30 here in this one, as Lions are still in their huddle and they're just coming out of it now, as they're probably going to try to pull something together to crawl back in this thing. As Titans, if they keep on the offensive way that they've been doing and the defensive way, they've had several steals here in the third quarter. They're just going to run away with this thing. That was Hamilton who dished it over to Minor. Hamilton in the lane. A little floater up and go. That's 17 points. And that was Guess with it. It's Alexander. Tried to throw it inside to Guess and pass too high and goes out of bounds back to the Titans. And Coach Hilder going to burn a timeout, talk with his team. If it's a full timeout, we'll be back to Columbus High School once again.
Having the right branding, graphics, and overall look to your business is vital. Luckily, there's Vital Signs in Columbus. Vital Signs Sign Company has been the four-stage choice for vibrant, eye-catching signage since 2001. From small stickers and leather patch hats to lighted pole signs, digital signs, banners, and more, Vital Signs takes you from concept to design to installation. Up your graphics and promotion game with Vital Signs. To see more of their work, follow them at facebook.com/Vital Signs Sign Company or call 620-429-3000.
When it comes to your health, there's no need to travel. Mercy Hospital Columbus offers an array of outpatient services such as physical therapy and infusions. Mercy also has private room swing bed services and respite care. The ER is open 24/7 with low wait times. Mercy cardiology physicians can even serve patients here. Choosing a small community hospital allows you to remain close to home while still receiving important medical care. Eliminate unnecessary time and travel by choosing Mercy Hospital Columbus.
Welcome back, everybody. And man, I tell you, I've been looking at the scores from the games around the area. Galena and Riverton are all tied up, and the draw in front in that game is by 2 points. Man, Riverton has crawled back in it 2 games in a row and has tied it up here in the fourth quarter with Galena. That's an exciting game. Stick it here with this one, though, as Titans are up by 13. And Brett Hamilton knocks it down, and 17 there, and makes it a 20-point ball game. Nothing wrong with what I'm seeing here on the Titan side of things. And the Lions throw it away. Hot off the press, and Lions couldn't contain the basketball. Heavily credit Coach Smiley on that one. Here's Midget with it. He'll turn it up over to Minor. Minor drives in the lane. Gets the shot and the foul. That's what we like to see here very late in the stretch is when teams are trying to fight to stay in it and you're just pressing it.
Pull under to the line for one.
And Guess, no points in the ball game, but has picked up 4 fouls. And Minor knocks down his one. There's Alexander with it. He'll drive in. He'll pass it out to Grant. Grant drives baseline. Shot no good, but a foul is called. 23-point ball game here. And Grant will go to the foul line.
Foul ball number 42, Seth Silver, his second. Sends number 4, Jacob Grant, to the line for 2.
Grant can't connect on either of them. Ungenhauer comes down with the board, gets it over to Midget. Time to slow it down a little bit. Just run a couple of minutes of clock. There's Ungenhauer. Ungenhauer loses it. There's Schaefer with it now. He'll drive in the lane, a little Euro step there, and his shot's up and good.
Weston Spencer for 2.
I got to give it. That was an impressive move. Well, the press is aggressive as the Titans has been tonight. To get a Euro step in there is pretty nice. More like a Brett Sarwinski move, graduate from Galena High School. There's Ungenhauer. I think he tried to go for a one-handed slam there. It's not no good. He looked a bit disappointed he didn't get it, but he will go the foul strike. You always got to try to look for
Yes. It's still. Sends number 13, Colt Ungenhauer, to the line for 2.
School Youngblood set to check back into the ball game along with I think Gage Maggard. Yep, there he goes, taking out Logan Guess, who's got 4 fouls.
For the Lions, number 12,
Oh, and he fouled out. I lied. He's got 5. My fault entirely. I guess the foul on Ungenhauer was called on Guess. That's not what I thought. Ungenhauer knocked down the first.
Ungenhauer makes the first. Checking in for the Titans, number 12, Cole Youngblood.
And he knocks both of them. 55-32, 5:48 left to go here in the nightcap. There's Gaines with it now over to Alexander. Corner 3. Shot no good. And Ungenhauer comes down with the board. Being pressed by Schaefer. And a 1-and-1 should be shot by Ungenhauer.
Foul ball number 10.
And they're going to get a foul on Schaefer, and that's his 4th, and he's in foul trouble.
4.
So Titans, offensively and defensively, have almost ruined the Lions here in the second half of play. What was once an intense ball game, a 4-point ball game, has now been above 20 points. Colt knocked down the first. And gets the second one to go. Colt a lot better tonight. Really the past 2 nights, but especially tonight from the foul strike from what he's been, what he was at Girard. You hate to say it, but I think if Colt would have knocked down his free throws that he got in the fouls, that game would have been won. But it's all in the past. You got to focus on the future, and right now the future looks really bright. There's the dish underneath pass. I would believe that was to Grant. Shot no good, but a foul is called. And, well, yeah, Grant will go to the foul stripe.
Foul ball number 30, Brett Hanson, his third.
No need to foul this late in the game. I would say just let them take the shot, or if you've even got an opportunity to block it, but I would just say let them take it. Shot's no good. Ball goes out of bounds, back to the Titans. As Hamilton sets inbound to Kirk. 57-32. There's Tanner with it. Gets it over to Hamilton. Hamilton will drive in and loses it. And they're just going to say it's out of bounds. Ball will go back to the Lions. Not the call Hamilton wanted or expected. But not much to complain about. Gaines will bring it up. That shot no good, but a putback by Grant is his first points of the second quarter, or excuse me, the fourth quarter, second half. And it's not even his first points of the second half. Oh, my. There's Hamilton with it. He'll back it out over to Tanner now with the Hamilton on the left wing. Finds the opening, drives in, swatted away by Alexander. Kirk will inbound it. So Jason Midget checks in along with Seth Stover, and Hamilton and Landon Midget will take a break. And that pass got it into Stover, and he kind of swatted it to Tanner. Tanner's three, no good. And there's Grant. He'll come up with it. Dishes it over to Gaines. That shot no good, and goes out of bounds. Possession arrow will stay with the Lions. 23-point ball game here, 57-34. Long inbounds from Maggard. Schaefer faked it, no look pass. That was to Alexander. And he gets a two to rattle in. I'm not going to say rattle in. He pretty much swished it. And there's a foul from Alexander to Tanner. Titans are in the bonus, so Tanner will go to the foul stripe. That's only Alexander's first foul.
Yes, Tanner to the line. 30-second timeout.
And a 30-second timeout called by Coach Hibbler, and that 30 seconds is what we're returning here on Columbus Sports Live.
Rooter is proud to serve Southeast Kansas, offering sewer and drain cleaning, as well as septic and grease trap pumping 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. From toilet clogs to video inspections, sewer line repairs to complete replacements. To make an appointment, call 620-231-5630. That's 620-231-5630. Roto-Rooter, proud to support area high schools and student athletes. See the rad in names and numbers.
Welcome back out here to Columbus Sports Live. Just want to announce this. It's a 1-point ball game. Girard on top of Frontenac, 48-47 with 1.7 left to go. Man. I love close ball games, but not that close when it's really just a matter of throw a shot up in the air and hope to God it goes in, and if it doesn't, you go home real upset about it. Tanner at the free throw line. First one was good. Second one off the mark. I'm not sure who made that three. I'm not sure who made it, to be honest with you. But Coach Smiley's going to call timeout, I guess. 30 seconds is what he'll take, and he'll take it with him. We'll be back here to Columbus High School after this.
Whether you're trying to make the most of the next harvest, navigating a changing business landscape, or planning for the next chapter in your life, The professionals at Prime Accounting Solutions are here to help. With 10 locations, Prime Accounting offers convenient, friendly accounting and tax services at a fair price. Payroll, bookkeeping, business planning, personal tax filing, and more. And now Prime is the place to go for insurance. Titan fans can find us at 404B North Grand in Pittsburgh or call 620-232-7305. To find a location near you, go to primeaccounting.net.
Welcome back here. A close one in Galena as well. 52-49, 26.1 seconds left to go. Galena is on top, but the Rams have crawled back in it. That's kind of scary. They've crawled back into 2 games and have made it a barn burner towards the end, especially in a good team like Galena. There's the inbound, and Stover tried to save it as it went out of bounds, but he couldn't in time. Ball will stay with the Lions. But, man, good games around the area this year. Man, some close ones. Just shows how tough the league is when you're facing a CNC opponent. Most of the time, I say most of the time because this thing's not close, but most of the time it's going to be a very close game. And we've seen that with the Girard one and especially last year with Riverton as well. There was Schaefer with it. Got no good. Youngblood being trapped in the backcourt. He gets it across barely. Tanner underneath pass to Kirk. Back to Tanner. 3:28 left to go on this one. And a foul call that should be on Schaefer. And that's his 5th. So Schaefer's fouled out along with Guess. And I don't know why Coach Hibler was telling him to stay in the ball game when he's fouled out. Oh, but he's got a sub. Okay, he's got a sub checking in. That's going to be number 11, Briar Simpson. Brandon's first shot rattled out, no good. And can't get the second one to go. I thought it was a little goaltending myself, but whatever. There's Maggard with it. Over to Gaines. Gaines, top of the key 3, and he's hooked it. It was 58-42. It's now above 20 points. With 3:05 left to go. And then pass tipped away by Simpson, but should stay with the Titans. Tanner gets it inside to Jace Midget. They go back in, gets it in over to Stover. And a foul that shouldn't go against Maggard. I would like to believe. Oh, they're going to get it against Grant. His second.
Number 4, Grant, his 7th.
I mean, Maggard or Grant. So Stover will shoot a couple at the line. No, I'm not going to watch it. I was going to watch real quick the last second of the Girard Frontenac game, but I'll let the anticipation creep inside of me. There's Stover, and he knocks one of them down. 59-42, 2:45 left to go here in the ball game. There's a 3 from Gaines, rolls in and out, shot no good. And Kirk will come down with the board. And he loses it. And just to steal it back. Nice job by Kirk to save it. They wanted to travel. Titans kind of avoided that call there. I'm not going to lie to you. There's Jace Midget. And Maggard will reach in and foul him. And Midget will go to the line.
That was on number 12, James Maggard, his first, sending Jason Mitchell to the line for 2.
Trace Midget makes them both. The ball goes out of bounds off the Lions, and it'll go back to the Titans.
Checking in for the Lions. Number 5, Tyler Frazier. Number 14, Carson Mazzocco. And number 20, Zach Price.
No, now I have no idea.
Number 3, Jet Tanner.
Carson Mazzocco, number 14. Zach Price, number 20. And number 5, Tyler Frazier. For the Lions, and we'll tie it between Maggard and Kirk saves it. Gets it over to Youngblood. Now he's Grace Midget with it. There's drive baseline underneath the Jet Tanner, and Tanner will be fouled and go to the line. Jet Tanner, that is. And that foul will be the first on Maggard.
Foul on number 12, Maggard. Jet Tanner to the line for 2.
Jet Tanner can't knock him down. Here's Maggard with it. We'll flip it over. That was a pass to Frazier. A little too high for him. Went off his hands, out of bounds, back to the Titans. Kirk will bring it up, slow things down. 1:21 left to go, ball game. There's Kirk with it, off the pass. There's Tanner for 3, way off the mark. Shot no good, and Maggard comes down with the rebound. He'll drive near the wing, and his pass picked out of there by Cole Youngblood. Youngblood way ahead over to Jace Midget, and his shot's up and good.
Jace Midget for 2.
Now it's back above 20. 45 seconds left to go in the ball game. That was Mazzocco. And I'm not sure who shot that shot. That was Maggard, and was way over the board. As Kirk passes it off to Tanner here as we get down to the final 30 seconds. Here's Jace Midget. His pass picked away into the backcourt by Simpson. As Tanner and Kirk and Midget all going to try to trade off here a little bit. Dribble it out, under 9. And that'll do it. Titans are going to win this one 63-42, a 21-point ball game over the Baxter Springs Lions after what liked a close game coming out of the half. They pulled away pretty good, and really didn't do much for the Lions offense. They held them to only a few points. We'll bring you those totals and more and the results from games around the area. Talk about the Lancer Classic and hopefully get an interview with Coach Smiley. All that ahead and more coming up next on the postgame show coming up on Columbus Sports Live. We'll be back in 2 minutes.
When it comes to your health, there's no need to travel. Mercy Hospital Columbus offers an array of outpatient services such as physical therapy and infusions. Mercy also has private room swing bed services and respite care. The ER is open 24/7 with low wait times. Mercy cardiology physicians can even serve patients here. Choosing a small community hospital allows you to remain close to home while still receiving important medical care. Eliminate unnecessary time and travel by choosing Mercy Hospital Columbus.
Call service is outstanding in their field. especially for those that are stuck, well, out standing in their field. Coles carries a wide selection of farm, industrial, and heavy-duty tires, all from the best brands in the business. And they've got farm service trucks ready to go. Plus, Coles continues to be the place folks go for car and truck tires, repairs, oil changes, and so much more. If you're in the market for new tires in Southeast Kansas, make the right call to Coles Service, 620-724-4121. See more at ColesServiceLLC.com.
As one of the oldest banks in Southeast Kansas, Exchange State Bank is proud to be locally owned and operated. Exchange State Bank provides quality customer service supporting the growth of local businesses, agriculture, and the financial needs of families in the community. With competitive savings and loan products, online banking and mobile deposits, free debit cards, and more, Exchange State Bank is working to earn your business. To earn more, call 620-429-1873 or visit esbks.com. Exchange State Bank, you're not just banking, you're banking with friends.
Having the right branding, graphics, and overall look to your business is vital. Luckily, there's Vital Signs in Columbus. Vital Signs Sign Company has been the four-stage choice for vibrant, eye-catching signage since 2001. From small stickers and leather patch hats to lighted pole signs, digital signs, banners, and more, Vital Signs takes you from concept to design to installation. Up your graphics and promotion game with Vital Signs. To see more of their work, follow them at facebook.com/Vital Signs Sign Company or call 620-429-3000.
Everybody can make something, because I think everyone has a spark of creativity, and the reason that I have to keep making is because I don't think my life would be as fulfilling without it. If you make things yourself, that means you're not cowering in fear. You're out there taking chances. That, I think, is my way of saying I love you to the world. All right, now I want to hear why you make.
Share your own Why I Make story today. Visit whyimake.org.
Number one, obviously, is safety. We definitely call 811 to find out if there are any buried lines, fiber optic, whether it be telephone or pipeline or anything. Don't take a chance. Don't think you know and say, well, I don't remember anything being put in there. Call 811 and make sure that that's identified, that there isn't something there before you make that crossing. Because in the end, we want everybody going home.
There we go. Welcome back out here to Columbus High School, Columbus, Kansas, on a night for the Titans that was looking a bit rough at first, but they came back charging in the second half and ended up getting the win tonight over the Baxter Springs Lions, 63-42. This was a good win, considering how much Baxter's improved since last year. We knocked them out in the sub-state quarterfinals, probably coming back with a little bit of aggression, trying to finish the job, but fortunately they could not do it tonight. Titans have come up on top. Some scoring totals tonight here. Colt Dungenhauer leads the pack in scoring, and I just want to say this is some pretty distributed scoring. Almost everybody that sat the bench tonight scored except for Jet Tanner. He didn't play as often as everybody else, though, but he had some opportunities, and that's what's good, is that we see a very distributed group here, and we'll mention this here coming up. Colt Dungenhauer leads it with 18 points. He had 9 at the half, 5 to end the third, and then he got more. He got a few more points, mainly at the foul line, to end out his night. He's followed by Landon Midget, who had 13 tonight. He had 8 at the half, added another 3 at the end of the third quarter, and then added another 2 in the final. Behind him is Brett Hamilton. He only had 2 points at the half, and he ended up with 10. He added another 3, totaled out at 5 at the end of the third, and added another 5 in the fourth. So Brett really came up huge in the second half for this team, and made some big plays. Sestover followed behind him with 8 points, 5 at the end of the half, and he came up with another 2 before the fourth quarter, adding another bucket at the foul stripe to mark off his total. Miner had 2 at the half, and his total was 5 after he got 3 in the fourth, followed by Youngblood with 4. He had a 2 in the first quarter, and that was all he got in that first quarter. And then he ended up getting another 2 in the third, add another bonus. At the end of the game, he ends up with 4. My dad. Oh, I was looking at Stovers, and I was counting Youngbloods. I'm sorry. He had 2 in the first, like I said, and added a 2 in the third quarter as well, and he rounded out with 4. But he was a big defensive player tonight for the Titans, getting a lot of steals in there. Jace Midget rounded out with 2. He knocked down a couple at the foul stripe in the fourth quarter, and Jaspin Tanner knocked down 1, 2 at the foul stripe in the fourth quarter also. So very distributed scoring tonight for the Titans. Not a bad night at all. As we take a look at the Baxter Springs Lions, Titans held them to only 13 points. 13 in the second half. I actually think that might be wrong. Yeah, it might be 12. 12 or 13 points in the second half. Not a bad night at all. So congratulations to the Titans. They only held them to 12. Yeah, and I'm realizing now I completely did my math wrong. 12 points in the second half, so congratulations. They're led in scoring unofficially because we had to talk to Coach Lead a little bit. Unfortunately, we just couldn't get all the stats for you, but that's all right. I love talking to Coach Lead. He gives me some really good information on the team. We'll get to that in a second, especially with Coach Smiley. Weston Schaefer leads the pack with 12 points. He had 9 at the halftime, and then he added 1 at the foul stripe in the third, and then got a bucket in the fourth quarter to round out his totals. Followed by Peyton Gaines with 11 tonight. He had a big upturning with 2 threes in the first quarter, and he pretty much controlled the game in that first quarter, but I think kind of Titans took him and Schaefer in the locker room a little bit and said, hey, you really got to contain these 2 guys, and they did. Because in the entire second half, Schaefer only scored 3 points, and same for Gaines. And that 3 came in the form of 1 3-pointer in the fourth. So for Gaines, he rounds it out with 11. Jacob Grant, he had 4 in the first half, got a bucket in the fourth quarter, rounds out his total with 6 points. And then Javen Alexander, scoreless in the first, got a 3 in the second. That rounded out his scoring for the half, and managed to pick up a 3 in the third quarter. Or a 3 in the third quarter, and got another 2 in the fourth. So that rounds out his scoring with 5 points. So overall, I would say this is a really good game to send on tape. It shows you how impressive they are, how well they play as a team, and just how much effort they put in, I think, during practice. Because during the Girard game, I mean, we were not the best of teams. I mean, we could have done a lot better than what we did, and we could have played a lot better than what we did. So, not a bad night at all. I'm certainly impressed. We're going to take a quick break, update you on some final totals from around the area tonight, from some games happening, and kind of what's going to happen next week with the Lancer Classic tournament. We'll talk to Coach Smiley about that as the Titans are taking on the Odyssey. I want to believe the Blue Streaks, hopefully. We'll take a look at it and more coming up after this, but we'll take a 2-minute timeout, and we'll come back to Columbus High School after this.
Whether you're trying to make the most of the next harvest, navigating a changing business landscape, or planning for the next chapter in your life, the professionals at Prime Accounting Solutions are here to help. With 10 locations, Prime Accounting offers convenient, friendly accounting and tax services at a fair price. Payroll, bookkeeping, business planning, personal tax filing, and more. And now Prime is the place to go for insurance. Titan fans can find us at 404B North Grand in Pittsburgh or call 620-232-7305. To find a location near you, go to primeaccounting.net. Roto-Rooter is proud to serve Southeast Kansas, offering sewer and drain cleaning as well as septic and grease trap pumping 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. From toilet clogs to video inspections, sewer line repairs to complete replacements. To make an appointment, call 620-231-5630. That's 620-231-5630. Roto-Rooter, proud to support area high schools and student athletes. See the rad in names and numbers. Having the right branding, graphics, and overall look to your business is vital. Luckily, there's Vital Signs in Columbus. Vital Signs Sign Company has been the 4-state's choice for vibrant, eye-catching signage since 2001. From small stickers and leather patch hats to lighted pole signs, digital signs, banners, and more, Vital Signs takes you from concept to design to installation. Up your graphics and promotion game with Vital Signs. To see more of their work, follow them at facebook.com/Vital Signs Sign Company or call 620-429-3000.
Question: what will you find on all over-the-counter or OTC medicine packages to help you choose the right drug and use it safely? The answer: the drug facts label. This label lists the medicine's active ingredients and purpose, how much to take, and warnings you should know before using it. Remember, even OTC medicines you buy without a prescription can cause side effects you don't want. So follow the information listed on the drug facts label. For more information, visit fda.gov/drug facts label. A message from the U.S. Food and Drug Administration.
Number one, obviously, is safety. We definitely call 811 to find out if there are any buried lines, fiber optic, whether it be telephone or pipeline or anything. Don't take a chance. Don't think you know and say, well, I don't remember anything being put in there. Call 811 and make sure that that's identified, that there isn't something there before you make that crossing. Because in the end, we want everybody going home.
There we go. Had to add a clock to the scene. Welcome back out here to Columbus High School as we finish out the nightcap tonight. 63-42 win for the Titan boys. On the girls' side, they won this one. I didn't write it down. Oh. I would go back and look, but I don't know if I can see that well. 52-29 was the final score of that one. So overall, very nice night for the Titans, and on both ends of the court, on both sides. So very impressive night, and hopefully they'll carry this motivation that they're getting from this win into tournament week. We'll look at some scores tonight from around the area. Galena and Riverton taking on each other on Galena's hardwood. 55-49. Galena hangs on to be undefeated in this one. They'll move to 9-0 on the year. Titans will move to 7-1. These two face each other after the tournament at Galena's court, so we'll be there for that one, and I feel like that one's going to be a good one with the way these two teams are playing right now. So Galena will hang on to win that one, and then the barn burner tonight, 48-47. Girard hangs on by the smallest possible margin against the Frontenac Raiders on Frontenac's court. Man, that has got to be a hard one to take if you are a Frontenac Raider. But Frontenac's got a lot of good stuff going for them, you know, but I don't think it gets any easier. They're taking on some pretty big schools coming up here next week. I don't know where Girard goes. Not really. I'm pretty sure Galena will head to the Tony DeBray Classic, a tournament out in Liberal, Missouri. We will head to the Lancer Classic, and we will talk about that now, as I will do my best to pull up the boys' bracket here. And we'll look at that. That's the girls' bracket. I'm going to put these on the actual screen for when we get to the actual tournament. But Columbus will be taking on Neodesha at 4 o'clock on the 16th. So that one should be that's going to be a highly anticipated matchup between the Blue Streaks and the Columbus Titans. I've never seen the two face off at a boys' matchup. The Neodesha Blue Streaks knocked the girls out of sub-state competition in the semifinals last year. So that one should be a good one. And then from then on, the consolation and the winners bracket will be played on Thursday the 19th. And then the consolation championship and the, of course, champion of it all will be played on Saturday the 21st, just like the girls. The consolation one will be played at 1 o'clock. The winners bracket, which this team should theoretically be in, will be played Saturday at 7 o'clock. For the girls, I guess, it'll be played at 11:30, the consolation. And then the championship will be played at 5:30. Take our final break here of the post-game show, and then hopefully we'll have a word from Coach Smiley coming up sometime soon, and then we'll wrap this one up from Columbus High School and get ready for the tournament. We'll be back here in hopefully 2 minutes.
.net.
I used to drive an ambulance as an EMT, and I've always tried to be a safe driver. If people knew what I know, lives could be saved. In my car, if I see a truck or bus taking a turn, I know to take my time. When big vehicles turn right, they may swing wide to make the turn. If you try to sneak in, well, it's a lesson you'd rather not learn the hard way. When trucks and buses turn, let's you and I wait. It's our roads, it's our safety.
Roto-Rooter is proud to serve Southeast Kansas, offering sewer and drain cleaning, as well as septic and grease trap pumping 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. From toilet clogs to video inspections, sewer line repairs to complete replacements. To make an appointment, call 620-231-5630. That's 620-231-5630. Roto-Rooter, proud to support area high schools and student athletes. See the rad in names and numbers.
What would happen if I had to pick up the phone, call 911 for one of my family members or one of my neighbors? What would I do if no one was on the other end to respond? What if there was no 911? So you can be a part of the solution.
Anybody can be a firefighter. Male, female, younger, older.
We have school teachers. We have leaders in business.
Is me, you, anyone that wants to be. There is no typical firefighter.
Having the right branding, graphics, and overall look to your business is vital. Luckily, there's Vital Signs in Columbus. Vital Signs Sign Company has been the four-stage choice for vibrant, eye-catching signage since 2001. From small stickers and leather patch hats to lighted pole signs, digital signs, banners, and more, Vital Signs takes you from concept to design to installation. Up your graphics and promotion game with Vital Signs. To see more of their work, follow them at facebook.com/Vital Signs Sign Company or call 620-429-3000.
Question: what will you find on all over-the-counter or OTC medicine packages to help you choose the right drug and use it safely? The answer: the drug facts label. This label lists the medicine's active ingredients and purpose, how much to take, and warnings you should know before using it. Remember, even OTC medicines you buy without a prescription can cause side effects you don't want. So follow the information listed on the drug facts label. For more information, visit fda.gov/drug facts label. A message from the U.S. Food and Drug Administration.
All right, everybody, welcome back out here to Columbus High School, Columbus, Kansas, for the final time tonight as we sit with the head coach of the Titan boys, Jerry Smiley. Coach, a nice win tonight for your squad, 63-42, in a game that was a 4-point game at the halftime, and you guys really contained them in the third quarter. In fact, I think looking at it, they only scored 12 in the second half alone compared to, it was like, 30 that they had at halftime, something like that.
Yeah, we were kind of talking about it after the game. I don't know what they had at half, but what really propelled that is the way we closed the second is what I told them. I thought we had score, stop. You know, they were hitting a lot of threes in the second to keep with us. But we got a big three from Stover, and then we had another 2-pointer right before that. So that kind of gave us that little bit of cushion. And then when we came out in the third, we defended probably the best we've defended all year long. We talked about it, what we were going to do in halftime, and it worked. And when that happens, all the players get energized. When they know what the game plan is, it works, everybody gets excited.
Absolutely. Speaking of all the players tonight, I was looking at pretty distributed scoring. I mean, with the exception of the freshman, Jet Tanner, everybody scored that was on the bench tonight, and
Excellent.
I think that's absolutely incredible.
I don't know if we've had that this year.
I don't think we have, and Cole Tungenhauer led it with 18, followed by Midget with 13. So have you guys kind of been working on that, making sure everything gets distributed evenly within a game, even though you are going to have your bigs like Colt and Midget?
For sure. When they went to the zone at some point in the second half, that's when we can really share the ball. A lot of guys can wiggle into those open spots against the zone, which is what we talk about in practice. They did a good job of passing. Sometimes we have a tendency with some of those older guys to catch the ball and shoot it because they're so confident around 2-3 defenders. Luckily, a couple of those baskets went in tonight. And then in transition, we had guys that were, sprinting down the floor and winning those races. So that's the difference, and that's what we try to do is distribute the scoring so we're not one-dimensional.
Absolutely, and I like that you mentioned that they won some of the races because there were plenty of times where Cole Youngblood and Matt Kirk were on the floor.
Yeah, that was good to see. That protected the lead in the fourth quarter, and those minutes were invaluable for us as a team. I think we had the majority of the starters outside of Seth with 5 minutes left in the fourth. And so to give those guys an opportunity to see that pressure, because practices are never the same speed. As much as I, try and get loud and motivating, and guys just aren't competing like they do in a game. So to give Jaspin, Mac, Jace, and Jet some some of that in-game pressure is big for them. So hopefully we'll be able to do some more games like that where we have a cushion and continue to get everybody in the scoring book.
Next week is tournament week. You guys head to Southeast for the Lancer Classic. You won it last year over College Heights. Now you're looking to hopefully do the same thing. It looks like to me, oh, that's the girls' bracket. You have Neodesha coming up Monday at 4 o'clock. Have you guys not really looked at any of the film from any of the teams, but how are you preparing heading into a week of tournament?
Well, Monday we play at 4 o'clock, so there's no school on Monday. Told the guys that get up here, we'll get a shoot around noon. Hopefully, some of the guys will come in for that. That is optional, but when coaches say optional, that means get your tail in the gym and get up out of bed. So hopefully they follow that instruction and they're ready to potentially repeat this year.
You guys, like we said, we had a lot of distributed scoring tonight and really good on defense. I think we had Guess fouled out, Schaefer fouled out, and then we had Gaines with 3 and Grant with 3 as well. So really good offense and defense tonight from the Titans. It's going to be hard to do this, so give it to a few guys if you want. But who gets the nod tonight for players of the game?
Yeah, I don't know if I would give it to any one individual. I just want to say that, with Baxter, they played pretty hard. They did have some foul outs. They're limited on what they can run in and out. So for them to stick around as they did, those fouls are going to happen when you're running into a team that comes out and starts to push it a little bit and, cause you to run up and down the floor. You're going to get tired. You're going to start to foul, and that's why they had those guys foul out. I don't have a player to satisfy your question tonight, but, good win for the Titans.
Should we just go with the team tonight?
I think so. Based on the stats that you mentioned, the balanced scoring, everybody's in the book. You got to give it to Jet didn't make it in the book, but he had his opportunity there at the end. He had a couple foul shots, so everybody had a good look at scoring. So yeah, just give it a good team win, Carson.
All right, absolutely. We'll let you get out of here tonight, and we'll see you up at the tournament, hoping for good results there in a repeat.
For sure. Thank you, Carson.
Thank you. Just heard from the head coach of the Columbus Titan boys basketball team, Jerry Smiley. That'll wrap it up as we finish the nightcap. A sweep for the Titans tonight over the Baxter Springs Lions. We'll get out of here, and we'll be back at the Lancer Classic at 4 o'clock on Monday afternoon. Thanks for joining us, and good night.
Columbus Sports Live is presented by Mercy of Columbus. Also by